No lie this time. But yeah, obviously the game isn't done. Gotta be on the ball when it comes to these lobbies, man. And what sucks is that they took a break. Hero and Max Packs didn't make the lobby for like 5 minutes. So I would like tab over to something and then tab back really quickly. And tab over to something and tab back really quickly. And as soon as I start writing something on the internet is when they go. What are you gonna do? Life do be like that sometimes. Sure, yeah. It's a PvP, so you know there's a chance that it won't last very long at all. And there's not really too many other games. Be Undefeated Young Yakov. Shameless is still waiting for Percival Soul Spirit, which Percival tends to get into really long games, it feels like. Whenever I'm like, oh, maybe I'll join Percival's game, he's always in like a 15, 20, 30-minute game. So whoever wins Hero Max Packs would face Clem, who did play Terran again. He's preferring to play TVT. I don't know if he's talked about it at any point about why he's changed his feelings on TVT, but you gotta assume it's because of the patch, right? It happens after the patches. It didn't happen before the patches. Doesn't mean it's definitely the reason, but and this is the time that we have Hero getting a hidden base. So I'm looking forward to this game being actually 20 minutes long. Every unit is controlled by an individual player. You'd have to have 200 people in case you get maxed out. Well, I guess not every unit's one supply, but you'd have to have like 80 people. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, they didn't give me any freebies. I think I have the game and definitely play it on stream some Wednesday. But no free keys. The cat used for scratching? No, the cats have never scratched this. They rubbed up against it though. That's why there's fur. How dare they not give me freebies when I haven't talked to them at all? How dare! Well, the third base is really working out for Hero. Unfortunately, not in a way that immediately gets him to win the game. So, kind of seems like... I mean, Hero's winning, but probably won't end for another 5 minutes. Probably if you write in their Discord? Yeah, it's possible. It'll just get lost, but... They must have a channel open for feedback or support bugs and stuff. And they probably pay attention to that one. Yeah, well, so many companies do that now. Everything just links to Discord. It could be a mistake. I feel like I remember someone, maybe them, maybe someone talking about them. That it actually is that much. It's like way more than you would think for like even AAA games, and something to do with their publisher, or I don't remember. All right, but it's something about the price is vaguely familiar. Was this the same problem with Stormgate? Maybe that's what I'm remembering. Well, while we continue watching this game unfold, I guess. Obviously, the better experience is going to Roddy's stream. Yeah, absolutely 0 cats. Hope everyone had a good weekend. I went to a World Cup barbecue party where I represented Scotland and we got 4th place. So, 4 out of 12 ain't bad. I won Survivor Flip Cup, so that gave us a lot of points. Well, I don't think, I'm guessing it's way more than $40. Kind of a crazy end to this game, actually. Unfortunately, Hero has that hidden base. Max Pax thinks this is a more playable game than it is. So they're too busy talking and drinking to really watch the 3rd place match, but watched some of it and it was pretty exciting. Oh, everyone's coming out of game, so seems like Max Pax taps out soon. Let's make sure we don't miss this lobby. Surprised Roddy has this much of a stream delay. I updated all of my drivers, hoping that might do something for StarCraft, but we'll see in like 3 hours. There hasn't been any players who have tried to actually like spite the commentators one way or another in a long time. Oh my god. Hero is purposefully playing Terran. Naruto tried to warn him, and Hero said play. Ooh, hey, we jumped into the good one. That PvP, it actually was pretty neat, but still, whatever. PvP, who cares? I want to see some command centers. I want to see 3, if not 4, in the first 7 minutes. In the bottom left, we have Hero. In the top right, it is Max Pax, who lost game 1. So Hero is using this freebie, kind of, to try out some Terran. We don't see Hero play off-race almost at all. I know, like, at this point in time, most players have played off-race tournaments or stream, then they, you know, play off-race on stream. Obviously, we have a couple that are known for off-racing, like Clem, although he's doing a lot less lately. But there's a couple that you just do not see very often. I would say Hero's one of them. And Terran, apparently, is the way to go. It is actually kind of odd. You ever think about this? It feels like people who play Terran and Protoss, they always play, like, each other's race. But I feel like we don't see a lot of people off-racing as Zerg. Obviously, Zerg off-races as the other races. But even then, I feel like it's like Protoss is the most off-raced, and then Terran, and then Zerg. Does that sound accurate? Would you guys concur? I feel like that's what it is. And it might have to do with, like, that actually might be somewhat of an accurate sense of the difficulty of particularly mastering, I suppose, a race. But honestly, I'm not opposed to saying that it's also how it is just, like, throughout all the levels. Like, Protoss, I play a ton of Protoss, guys, but Protoss is the easiest to learn as a beginner, and, like, you're like, storms are pretty good, huh? You just pick up a bunch of storms in your Bronze League, and you do pretty well. And then Terran, I think, is also fairly easy, and then Zerg, I think, is kind of difficult no matter what, because even in the lower leagues, you're forced to react to what they do, and that's a bit harder to just actually know the game. And the higher you go up, too, I feel like Zerg's still pretty freaking hard, so maybe that's, maybe we have our definitive order of difficulty for our races. But anyway, obviously another reason why Hero might be off-racing is that Terran did get a recent pretty good buff where, first of all, the thing that no one really talks about, although I see some people talking about it now, is that the Ghost was reduced in supply. Anytime you buff the Ghost, even if you've nerfed him, even if the Ghost got like 50 nerfs, and I know he didn't get that nerfed, but even if, let's like go to extreme and so they got 50 nerfs, as soon as you're like, maybe we should buff him again, like that's usually just, it's just food for the community, you know, they descend upon it like it's prey, and they're like, ghosts are so stupid. And it was actually the least surprising, well, not the least surprising, it was less surprising than seeing the command center go down to 300 minerals the first time in 28 years. Did I do my math correctly? I think I did. In 28 years, the Terran command center is not 400 minerals. Pretty crazy. I was expecting, 3 out of 4 semifinalists to be Terran, instead it's 2, although Hero's playing Terran, so I guess I'm kind of right. Little Marauder opener to change things up. The Adept is able to skedaddle, recall out of there. Would have been a much better find if Hero had surprised. It's really weird saying Hero. I want to say a Terran's name because I'm looking at Terran. He just doesn't off-race that often. Anyway, would have been nicer to find a Stalker. That would have died, but instead he's got the opener that pushed back the Adept. Was scouted, obviously, so Max Pax has some advanced notice. And here's the thing about Protoss. I very much agree with a lot of other people's assessment, which is that certainly the intern at this point in time just has to be buffing the gateway stuff because they want people to use it. Unfortunately, it's only in effect when Warp Gate's done, which only just finished, which the way that you would do it is you would research Warp Gate, and then that would increase the gateways, and you would keep them as gateways. A lot of Protoss players are still instantly transforming them, and that's what we just saw right there. Some people certainly argue that it's because that's what they're used to, and change is hard. And I think that is correct, and I don't think it's a cop-out. I think there's actually, like, very legitimate reasons to it. It's kind of the same reason why, like, along the same lines as to when people are like, wow, Terran, they could just get a Raven and they'd solve all of their detection problems. Why is it so hard? Just get a Raven in TVZ. Just get a Raven. Just get a Raven. And it's like kind of explaining like, well, you know, it actually interrupts your build a whole lot. It costs a lot of gas, which is actually a very tight gas build for Terran players, and it's actually kind of hard to control. And Gateway Warp Gate's kind of like that. You know, you don't remember to build out of the warp, the regular gateways, because you've got so many hours of instilled memory. You think you can reinforce on the front lines, you're prepared to warp in, and you're like, oh wait, no, like they're coming out in the natural, ah god. Obviously, if it really is the better thing to do, and it most likely is, but whatever. You should probably just build the gateways first. But max packs? There's one thing about max packs I saw someone try and guffaw, but I actually thought was an accurate description of them. Is what do we have here? We have 3 gateways. Okay, 3 gateways and a warp prism. Typical max pack stuff. Hero obviously knows how to play Terran, even with some of the oddities of the new build orders that aren't that different, but obviously just like exactly when you get which and which. Is obviously prepared for this. 4 Stalkers is the committal, so not very much. Just a couple of SCVs killed, easy peasy. But yeah, I think there's an accurate description of Max Packs, which is that he's actually not our most innovative Protoss player. Hero is, I think, someone who's going to try a lot more wacky things. What Max Packs does is that he finds something he really likes, and it is often out of the norm, and he does that really, really, really well. But he's not someone who just, like, goes for, like, a dozen different builds if you give him a dozen different games. They're often very same builds. This is a very, very scary 2-base pull. 3-1 from Hero. No starport necessary. Maybe the +1 timing isn't exactly on point, but this looks like it is going to be very difficult for Max Packs to hold. Force fields buy a little time. Hero thought he could maybe jump a little more. Took some time to actually siege up. And now he's going to go ahead and siege hop forward. Force field's obviously going to buy some very important time, and Immortal is now out, and hopefully a couple of more warp-ins. 4 gateways did finish up, 5th and 6th finishing. Max Packs is definitely going to need all of that, but the charge lots are still not here on the front lines. This Nexus is probably a goner. If he can save the Stalkers and the Immortals, which a couple died there, I still give him a shot. This is obviously not just 2-base versus 2-base, as this third is definitely dead. It's Max Packs, well, mining more. It's like the SCVs actually haven't died, so that's pretty similar on the SCV count. And actually, he's replacing the SCVs. Okay, well, okay. There's definitely a time in which Max Packs has to break out. He has to kill these SCVs, counterattack, and then I'd still say he has a shot. So this is a great time to move out. Hero, perhaps overstaying his welcome, gets completely obliterated. There he loses those SCVs, but because he was rebuilding them and didn't actually... He pulled, like a mineral line, if that. This is still very similar with mules being dropped. This is going in the way of Terran. But Hero has less of an army and less technology. And while Bio-Stim is pretty good, it's really not that great without medevacs. You definitely need the healing. Eventually, you're going to need to actually run around and try and do stuff. And Hero's not going to have any of that. This counterattack is going to win Max Packs the game. Hero's 2-base push. Oh, it killed the 3rd base. But it did not kill the Protoss. And this is when Hero types, Protoss is fucking broken. I think that would have been really funny, but he's not at all the type to do that. Are you going to play in the Zero Space tournament? No. I mean, it's an invite tournament only, right? Like, they have a picture where it says who's been invited to play in the tournament. Think Hero didn't make enough CCs. Exactly. There are 100 minerals less. We should be making all of the command centers, not just 2. Not just 2. I mean, what is the benefit of only making... Well, you only make 1, actually. You're given 1, right? You save on 100 minerals. That's not that impressive. That doesn't improve the build that much. But imagine if he had made 3 more command centers. He would have saved 300 minerals. And that would have been just crazy. That's how logic works. Now we're back to the status quo. Bottom right, it is the Protoss hero. And in the top left, we do have max packs. Someone asked Harsum if he's gonna play, even though he's on the banner. Oh, someone just probably didn't see the banner. Now, I'm not cool enough or popular enough to play in their tournament. Plus, I'm notoriously critical. And I don't think they want that heat on them. Alright, so... yeah, hero wins a PvP and then plays Terran. I like it. Legitimately, though, legit, not to just throw out funny numbers, I do think that... I don't know if there's actually that much of a power boost to a 2-base build with the reduced minerals. Obviously, there must be something, okay? The fact that you have 100 minerals saved is going to give you a slightly faster barracks, slightly faster marines, something, right? But I feel like in the less time that goes by, I feel like the less we're gonna see that really impact the overall StarCraft game, right? Kind of, I mean, same with the kind of the larva change. Like initially, the larva doesn't feel that bad, but it ramps up, right? And I think the command center would be the similar idea. So I'm sure 2-base is a little more powerful. It's a little more fluid. It hits a little bit faster. But I don't know if it really is what's going to take full advantage of the reduced command center cost. I do think the, I don't know, some technical term I'm sure exists, but I feel like the line, it goes like this, and then it goes whoop. That point, whatever that mathematical term is, I feel like that hits more around after the third CC. In which, like, the amount of bio that you have from your finished 3cc just feels incredible. It feels faster, it feels bigger, it feels more threatening, and as many people have pointed out, it feels more swarmy, which, funnily, I thought everyone who was saying that was actually being ironic, like they were making fun of the situation, right? But it actually recently came to light that some people who say that are actually not being facetious. They actually think it's a good thing. And I'm like, what? Terran's not supposed to feel swarmy? What is this? Plus, I agree with some people who are starting to really push back on this whole, like, swarmy feeling shit, which is just that what you're feeling is that the game is supercharged. You're feeling, actually, funnily enough, you're feeling what everyone felt when we first moved from 6 workers to 12 workers. Like, the game was, first, it was chaotic. Like, everyone was just like, like, it was almost like riding too fast of a car. You were like, oh, God, this is fast. And then you got used to it, but then it also felt like you had so much shit. Because you were just, you had that boost in the beginning. But, I don't know if it's actually that it's going into the whole, like, swarmy identity. But anyway, we do have a proxy pylon coming out from Max Pax, who has gone, obviously, into a Stargate. So did Hero. Both of them are adding on Phoenix, which is very disappointing. But more importantly, Max Pax is finding some success with this Oracle. Building an Oracle into someone who has a Stargate obviously can backfire. If this had only killed 2 probes, or even worse, had been found out before it entered into the main, complete waste, completely. An Oracle finding 7 probes, plus whatever else found that 8th one, fantastic. Now, Max Pax is going to expand despite this proxy pylon. Maybe, I mean, there's always a good use for a proxy pylon, so there is that. But usually, this early on, it would far more be the intent of using it aggressively. And he just changed his mind. Saw what his opponent was doing, was like, I don't think I can get away with it. The Nexus is very fast, so this has put Max Pax into a bit of a Oh, potentially it would have been a conundrum, but that Oracle did so much damage, so now it really isn't. Even though his Nexus is like 3/4 of a Nexus behind. First of all, he'll still saturate it pretty darn quickly, whereas Hero is still saturating. So he's, you know, over-making probes. And then second of all, the aggression is going to say, like, could still happen. 4 Phoenix to 1, 3 to 1. About to be 2 to 0, 3 to 0, saved! And now we don't have anything that shoots at all for Hero. The probes are trying. That wasn't even really with the proxy, by the way. That was just units showing up from across the map. His Stalker is on the run for his life. But the rest of the units are going to end this game. Hero actually trying to use gateways as gateways is getting some pretty fast reinforcements, but not fast enough. Warp Gate still exists. It now has instant warping as well. And the Phoenix still have enough energy to at least crowd control one more. They can about to crowd control another time. I mean, Hero probably a little sad that he won that first game and then, well, you could say threw away the second. I don't think him playing Terran was always going to lose, but ooh, that wasn't even no GG. Or that was even a no GG. That's maybe a little frustrated. Point of inflection. Inflection point. Yeah. Whoever got in a last second bet, you get internet points for that one. So that means that Max Packs versus Clem is going to happen. I feel like this actually hasn't happened that recently, though. Zergs had swarmed to the Monday Night Weekly, so they were actually appearing in the semifinals. Terran was overall not having the best of times, so maybe they fell off a little bit. I don't think Cured signed up for every single one. Yeah, maybe the bracket just worked out this way this time, too. But anyway, so it's actually, I feel like it's been a while. Doesn't happen literally every single time, like it used to. All thanks to the 8 workers, am I right, guys? I hope Zero Space sells well. I think it's a much, much better game than Stormgate. But it also has far less attention on it. It's already up to 1,200 players. Is that good? That doesn't sound that impressive. It's already up sounds like, you know, that's impressive, but I don't know if it is. Zero Space. You only need 2 for a game. That's true. I would say that you would need a decent play. I don't know how big of a player base you would need, but at a certain point, you do start just having really bad matchmaking. Because I also don't know if 1,600 players is just people who have logged on to Steam. If that's the case, then I would say that's definitely not an impressive number. That's the, you know, that's people playing campaign, that's people playing co-op, that's people just trying it out, I guess, for the first couple of hours. So, realistically, people who are going to also want to play like 1v1s compared to team games are also going to be way smaller. I mean, fortunately, it does have fun co-op options. So no one hopefully no one feels like they have to, they play the campaign and then they have to be sweaty. And once again, trying not to miss a lobby because they're taking time. Clem was eating his baguette. Much smaller release. Yeah, of course, a much smaller release. But I don't know what their inner metrics are. They also might really be hoping for more word of mouth or just, a lot of staying power. Because I truly believe that RTS, they can be profitable. We have strategy games on Steam that are profitable. They don't make a ton of money. But I think, unfortunately, even for some people that did see Zero Space advertising, I think some people were turned off by what looked like AI. Involved for exclusively dead people. Yeah, well, there's a lot to think about. Historians finding in 200 years and just being like, what the shit? Like, what if they find all the 6-7 jokes? What if they, God forbid, find, God, what was it called? Pedo Bear. Oh, God. If you guys don't know what it is, you're either young or much older or weren't really on the internet, I guess, in the in the 2000s. So, yeah. And they're going to be like, huh, wow, the 2000s people were really messed up. And it's like, no, you don't understand. I'm like, well. I didn't need to remind you of that. Yeah, well, I was reminded of it. Like, relatively recently. So that had been something that I shoved deep down in my conscience. But I remember going to like anime conventions when I was like 12 or 13. I don't think I never was one to to look like someone who would appreciate being touched in any way, shape, or form. Which is not to say that people who don't look like they will punch you should be allowed to be like hugged just randomly, but glomping was absolutely a thing. Non-consensual hugging and camaraderie and you and me like the same thing, we're instantly BFFs was absolutely a thing. And unfortunately, that did include a lot of people wearing the bear costume. Who I have to hope weren't actually like older people into, But yeah, I definitely know some of my friends got hugged by those, and it's not like they were like kicked out of the convention or anything. It's questionable time in our history. Expose myself as an older internet person. My age is public, so. I think we find 1200. 120 players queuing per minute, that's really not that wide of a skill. Not gap. Like it's not a lot of the skill represented, right? Yeah, that's also assuming all 1,200 are playing 1v1. I'm sure there is a number that someone knows that, you know, is kind of the bare minimum for a 1v1 game to have. People queuing ladder, to have some semblance of a competitive ladder for every league. But I don't know the number. I feel like 1,200 is pretty low, though. Even if it actually was all of them playing 1v1. That kind of feels like maybe what non-Korean Brood War has. And that experience is terrible for anyone who's below like a C rank. Top and bottom? Well, sure. Like the actual top, you know, 200 people and the bottom 200 people are always going to be kind of screwed. But that's acceptable. That's fine. I would say I would guess with 1,200 people actually all playing 1v1, which isn't guaranteed. That it would, you know, let's put it in StarCraft 2 terms. I imagine a 4K player would often be placing a 3.4 or 4.7. Unless, you know, actually someone the exact same MMR or within, you know, 200, 300 in MMR. But I don't know. The top right, it is Clem. Bottom left, it is MaxPax. And then, you know, even on top of this, like this is a guess on a theoretical, quote-unquote permanent, you know, long-lasting 1,200 1v1 player base. When, again, the caveat is that not all of them are going to be playing 1v1, and then not all of them are going to stick around. All right, like the launch date is the peak date most of the time, right? So you're going to have tons of StarCraft 2 streamers who are absolutely going to be playing 1v1, and that actually will quickly, I think, become a problem in a game like Zero Space, if it has too few players playing 1v1. You're going to non-stop be playing someone who was Grandmaster or Master in an RTS. So StarCraft, I would say, maybe has the most people looking into it, but I don't know about Age of Empires and Warcraft. But basically RTS people, right? So anyone who really is new to the genre is going to get kicked in the nuts pretty hard. Engineering Bay block seems like everyone immediately pointed the Engineering Bay block when the command center got reduced in cost, because basically you've cut 100 minerals out of 125 minerals that you dedicated to the Engineering Bay. So your command center is only 25 minerals slow, as opposed to 125, as long as you have the Engineering Bay not canceled. So yeah, even some people theorizing that double Engineering Base would be pretty worth it. Which we've seen actually before the 300 minerals and before the 8 worker. We have seen double engineering bays. It's not a good strategy. But you know, some of the Terrans have tried it. High ground command center, very safe play here. MaxPax is taking a Nexus. Clem did see that, but doesn't want to play around in the low ground, I guess. This is on the latest patch. Yeah, no one's really bothering to play on any type of custom. It might happen if a major tournament happens and then a patch happens, you know, within a week, because, yeah, that's just unfair. But anything longer than a week, anything that's not a major tournament, the players don't want to play on a different game than what they experience on ladder, even if the ladder sucks. So I have no thoughts on Dota's MMR system. I know you try to give me as much context as possible, but I don't know anything about Dota. Oh, thanks, Tommy King 9. So another Marauder opener, by the way. Maybe this is also becoming more and more popular. I mean, with the... Theoretically, Clem could have gone to the third Nexus, because there would not be a ramp for Max Packs to use. As you can see, the ramp is a very big reason as to why Max Packs only lost one Stalker, as opposed to maybe both of them. Or at least certainly taking a lot more damage on that second Stalker. But I think the theory basically is that the Protoss will be absolutely ready for that attack at the third. That would try and take advantage of a lack of a ramp, especially, you know, if you literally went up this ramp, right? But there would be a shield battery. Typically the units would be ready there. Maybe Clem was trying to kind of sneak by in a certain way, but... I'd say the worst case scenario is actually Max Pack staying here, thinking that's certainly where the army's going to come, and then having Marauders abusing his own high ground in the main, wouldn't it? Widowmine did take out the Adepts, but the Widowmine's going to die in turn. And the bunker is pretty much, well, not perfectly timed, unfortunately. The Stalkers get in, and the Marines can't chase them away. The Widowmine would not be able to burrow in time, and this is... That was a little bit awkward, isn't it? This is a lot of lost mining time. This is made up for the 100 minerals less this command center cost. Plus, it wasn't the greediest command center. It was not built on the low ground. So Max Pax is finding a lot of success. Clem is finding the opposite. He's finding a ton of failures, what he's finding. The game would be over if that cost 400 minerals, 100%. Oh, the mule block! Oh, Clem. Bringing out the micro. Doesn't quite work, but it was a cool idea. Still, the Stalkers were forced to run away rather than being recalled, so one was guaranteed always going to go down to that Widowmine. 4 gateways, I would have even made that call, and I'm not that good. But, like, you do that much damage to the Terran, and you have a choice between 2, 3, or 4 gateways, which Max Pax hardly ever does 2 to begin with. It's always 3 or 4. Yeah, you're going to add on that 4th gateway, and you're going to go for some dedicated aggression, which I think Clem's going to have a ton of trouble defending. About as well set up as he can be, especially with the high ground bunker. The bunker will be the target. The Widowmine will, well, actually get a pretty good shot. It actually gets the splash, which is what Max Pax was hoping to avoid. However, Max Pax still runs on in, takes out a tank, and manages to save many of the low health Stalkers. We have a Liberator, however, causing some issues. This is not all roses here for the Protoss, although still pretty rosy for him. Third base is on the way. 3/4 of the way done. Clem still doesn't have stim, much less combat shields, no medevacs with the reactor on. It's not great for Clem, but at least his economy hasn't fallen off. Problem is his economy might be okay, but his army is not capable of increasing as much as Max Pax is. Max Pax is going to get saturated on 3 bases pretty quickly. I'm actually a little surprised he's not chronoing his Nexus, but because there's so little fear of a counterattack. He's clearly killing most of the army at any given time, and while the production is finalizing, it's not even done. And the bunker goes down, and more chances to reduce the army count, and Clem knows. Like, this doesn't lead anywhere. By the time he's truly ready to get out on the map, Max Pax would have charge, upgrades, gigantic army, mothership, you know. Would have been bad. If StarCraft 2 was a table and we were all sitting around it, we'd be like, it'd be nice if someone cleaned it and gave us a new tablecloth. And then the intern came and flipped the fucking table. I don't know if that is an accurate representation, but I love it anyway. people overestimate numbers needed for matchmaking. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't played too many competitive games. I know that StarCraft on NA has about 2,000 average. You know, if you're playing at kind of normal hours, and for the most part, that means yeah, you never feel like, especially if you're below like 4.5, I guess now. You don't usually face like the same people over and over and over again. You do start to recognize some names. Bottom left, Clem. Top right of Sanctuary, it is max packs. Like I said, I know Brood War. I don't know Brood War's count for NA. But I know Brood War has a lot of problems actually providing competitive games for people who are not, as I said, like C. Anyway. I'm gonna have to play an ad here because it's been bothering me, and I snoozed the last one thinking that last TVP was gonna go on a little longer. It did not. But hopefully you don't miss much in the first 2 minutes. Good news is, almost guaranteed not to, because they slowed the game down by about 1 to 2 minutes. Yeah. Thumbs up. Nice, so nice of Blizzard to give us streamers the room to play these ads, which are increasingly forced down our throats. The more I think about the patch, the more disappointed I am in it. 100%. I was just, the reason I missed that lobby was that I spent, seriously, I'm a fast typer, you guys know that. I spent like 5 seconds typing a short response to a Reddit thread, and I missed that first game. But it was someone saying, hey, the stream viewers are up, so let's celebrate that. And people rightfully were like, yeah, they're not even up that much. And then also, the player base is shrinking, which is definitely accurate. I really hope they don't play 2 ads in a row. Sometimes, like, you play an ad, but then it was telling you that you need to play an ad, or, you know, snooze the ad, and then you play the ad, but it's like, I don't know if that counted. I don't know. Anyway, so my post was basically, I finally posted in public what I've been saying on stream, which is, back in the Swarm Host era, Base Trade TV would actually see some, like, peak viewership with the hour-long, really boring Swarm Host games that no one liked. And it's because everyone tuned into this train wreck. It didn't mean that overall it was a healthy state of the game, and certainly, after actually doing some digging, 100%, the biggest loss of StarCraft viewers and players happened in Heart of the Swarm. You can't directly say it's because of the meta, but obviously a lot of people will say that. They'll, like, as proof, like, their anecdotes will be like, I hated the meta. But there's also a lot of other reasons it would have happened. Not Legacy of the Void, like some people have tried to spread, like, which is the dumbest. These fucking people are stupid. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, just like I don't see. Yeah, just the more I think about the change, the more that I really am disappointed in it. You know, and I think back to the initial patch announcement, and people were like, 12 workers didn't kill the game. I like 12 workers, and people were like, well, of course you'd say that. It's survivorship bias. People who are still playing would like what they're playing. And okay, let's say that's definitely the case. And if we hadn't changed to 12 workers, we would still have a huge player base, which is just insane. That's not ever going to be the case, but whatever. The problem then is that you not only have it's not just like making someone still happy. You are trying to bring back people who have not thought about StarCraft for years or played it or watched it. You're not just like calling over someone and being like, hey, you're over there in a perfectly normal situation, like at a dinner table, like, can you come play StarCraft with us? Because I think you'll like it now. No, you're basically pulling someone out of fucking quicksand. Like, there's so unlikely that you're going to actually appeal to this theoretical player base that would only return if the game started with less workers. Because maybe it would have been true if you had immediately turned back in Legacy of the Void. Again, absolutely not. But it's just, it's you're pulling them out of this quagmire, as opposed to actually still, you know, letting people who like 12 workers play with 12 workers. So at least that player base would be happy. I don't know. We have had a little bit of a game going since the first 2 boring minutes are over. Obviously, an engineering bay block happened, so MaxPax had to take his third. As is natural, Clem did build on the low ground. Did not open up with the Marauder 2, which, you know, didn't work last game. Really. So, as much as it can sound like a really good idea, we actually witnessed both Hero and Clem kind of lose out in the opener. I know that sounded weird to people who are just tuning in, but Hero played Terran earlier. Wouldn't mind trying its best just to deny mining. As long as you can do this, yeah, so MaxPax does really need to pull. There you go. And maybe you can save the medevac. Blinks down in 3 seconds. Is that actually a dead zone? Okay, it is. Still gonna die to 2 shots, I think, from a Stalker, but maybe it'll get by. Raven was produced. Ooh, little 66 supply blocks. Still getting used to the new builds. War Prism is here, and we have 3, not 4 gateways. Third Nexus is coming down. There it is. 3 gateways should not kill Clem. Clem doesn't know it's only 3 gateways. His medevac didn't get into the main base to scout. He actually can't see the natural either. But once you see that it's only this 4 Stalker hit squad, that is a bit of a sign from MaxPax. He's got to tell, you know. Nonetheless, I mean, as long as you are building before you truly feel comfortable, there's actually no reason to really salvage this bunker. If you built it at this point, yeah. So Clem's definitely not going to take any damage, but he's not really gaining anything here either. Third command center is going to come down. Clem has built a decent amount to defending against Stalkers. You know, the second bunker, but then also this Viking, which I do think is it's not the cleanest build that you can do. I mean, when these guys were facing each other literally every single week, like 2 or 3 years ago, and MaxPax at the height of his 4-gate prowess, Clem had to learn how to be the smoothest 4-gate defender in the world. And they both got to be like the pinnacle of that particular scenario. And then MaxPax stopped 4-gating and, you know, 3-gate, 2-gate. Anyway, this is not that. This isn't the cleanest, alongside that supply block that happened as well. So in this game, Clem holds to a pretty respectable worker count, as expected, but then also actually has the army that was dwindling, that was delayed, that was missing the crucial medevac technology of last game. So this should be way more competitive. Storm is going to finish from MaxPax, obviously going towards that as opposed to our brand spanking new Colossus. Colossus has gotten a general buff, and people are saying that, you know, you can definitely feel it. But yeah, MaxPax doesn't want to toy around with that. It wants to go into Storm. Downloading Tempest Rising demo? Okay, I haven't talked about Tempest Rising at all. Maybe you meant Zero Space. Or maybe you just were convinced to try another RTS because I was complaining about the patch. I don't know. Either way, good stuff. No ghosts is bad stuff. Bad, bad, bad. Oh god, it's all bad. Oh god. Looks like our Terran is going to hold, however, just with a lot of bio right there. So kind of literally weathered the storm. The tanks didn't die as fast as you would think, since they were on the literal front lines. MaxPax's Zealots got thinned out very quickly. And the storm, if you actually move out of it, isn't as impressive. So, bio for the most part. Hanging in there. Third CC able to land with very little interference, considering how dangerous that looked for a second. That's probably the most impressive thing, is third CC did not try and back away. The SCVs kept on mining like nothing was wrong. A+ economy. Fourth base coming down for MaxPax gives his economy more like a B. Until he actually has 80 workers, it's not the most impressive, because he's got to refill it lickety-split. I mean, Protoss has already kind of moved over to a little more Zergy-like anyway, but then on top of that, if you're going to go charge Storm, you're either going to risk it for the biscuit, risk it to go into Colossus, and then actually make that transition over into a more powerful standing army, or you're going to get beat to death by EMPs and you're just going to try and overwhelm the opponent. Obviously, in this case, we are trying to get to those Colossus. Double Forge as well, which seems a little greedy. But we'll see. We'll see what happens there. EMPs do take a little while to build. The Ghost Academy only just finished, so the good news is Clem shouldn't be supply blocked because the Ghost only costs 2 supply. Hey. People in chat were talking about Tempest. Were we talking about Tempest Rising? Did someone mention that? Were we all talking about Zero Space? Oh, literally just before, just before they commented. Okay, so I was just behind. My bad. Well, Clem has a 30 army supply lead over his opponent. Oh, and finds the Robo. Oh, suck it. No Colossus for you. That's actually really, really bad. Because God damn it, guys. Because Ghosts are on the way and High Templars are going to become way less effective. Ditto on the Zealots. Fortunately, Max Pax still has some life in him with these storms, but, well, maybe not for very much longer. Good old 1-2 punch here from Clem. The surplus of units. He saved 200 minerals on these command centers. But seriously, if you are facing someone who is going Charge Storm, you're going to want to go for some multitasking, you're going to want to go for some drops, and unless they actually get to that critical mass of Zealots, which Max Pax is clearly not at, you're going to have a pretty good time. GG's, Clem. He wins game 2. I really, really do not blame Max Pax for doing the attack that he did. That ultimately lost him the game. That actually, now that we finished it all up, tied it up with a bow, I think we can say that attack on Clem's side of the map did lose Max Pax the game. But I don't blame him. That looked like an almost ideal situation. You found the Terran unsieged, unprepared, unsplit. And, well, there was just a little too much, so, oh well. Wow, even Skillus is posting that he's kind of done practicing. He was actually one of the guys who was trying to really, you know, first of all, experiment with the new changes, and then, you know, try and be positive. I guess most of the times he was positive, he was literally saying, like, I'm trying to be positive, so that's not a great sign, I suppose. Alright, Old Sun Temple. One of our 4-player maps, actually. Bottom left, Clem. Top right, Max Pax. This one doesn't have the comical tubes, which I actually think are quite fun. I'm a fan of that map, actually. But yeah, this isn't that one. Can't believe I'm playing StarCraft 2 for more than that. I know, we're old. Maybe I'm older than you, but we're both old. You've been watching something for 10 years. Yeah, next up should be the Protoss buff. Like, someone posted their matchups, right? And they were like, Protoss are gone from the ladder. I'm not facing any Protoss. And someone posted, and I think it's accurate, like, don't worry. There'll be a Protoss Mega Buff, and they'll all come back, and then we'll lose Zerg or Terran. Yeah. It just... It doesn't... I don't know. There's just so many things I think that are wrong. There's so many things that I actually totally can see the opposition's point. You know what I mean? Like, I can see how maybe 8 workers could have appealed to people. I could see how constant changes would appeal to people. I could see how pushing to live rather than PTR is the better thing to do. I could see... What's the other thing that people talk about? You know, having to totally redo all your build orders being a fun thing. But I have obviously the negative point of view on all those things I just mentioned, and I feel like the negatives are winning out. All right, so it's not good. This is a command center first, by the way. Since it is a 4-player map, this makes absolute sense. I don't even know if Protoss players really bother proxying Nexus first versus Terran. I know we have the build, okay? But I feel like, I don't remember the last time I saw a Nexus first in PvT. Yeah, no. Anyway, but you know, certainly I don't even know about the 8-worker start, and MaxPax, like I was saying earlier, isn't someone that actually innovates a lot. He will innovate something like the MaxPax build, which, you know, I was so just disgusted when someone actually did. They were like, it wasn't MaxPax's build, it was a guy named Playa. Playa is a racist, crazy, and I legitimately mean crazy, mentally unstable person who thinks that he made the MaxPax build. And I can't believe someone actually brought that up as a point instead of just, you know, completely ignoring that that guy exists. That guy literally would write emails to content creators like me, Pig, Nathanius, Loco, I think someone, you know, and he would say that we were in a satanic cult and we were purposefully making like StarCraft bad and hyping up MaxPax because we had the devil in us. And I cannot believe someone actually defended him and was like, no, it actually was his. No. Anyway, fun behind the scenes stories. But he wouldn't do anything. It's not like he came out with the MaxPax build and this build and this build and this build and this and this. You know, when he was doing the MaxPax, you know, 7 years ago at this point, that was really the only thing he was doing a lot of the time. So that's definitely the case with MaxPax. He will show us something unique. He'll figure something out and he'll really believe in it. And then he'll eventually prove that it's actually very good. But it's not some wacky, you know, he's smoking a joint while pairing all these amazing 1,000 IQ builds. Like, it's actually a pretty, like, rote player, you know? Anyway, 2 gateways up now. MaxPax does know where his opponent is. Does Clem know? No, Clem has actually not sent a scout out at all. That's okay. Clem doesn't really have to worry about attacking into his opponent until a certain point, right? I guess. Like, MaxPax is getting ready to send a War Prism across with 4 gateways in total, so he needs to know where to go. Clem just needs to know to defend. Where his opponent comes from isn't quite, it's not really determined by where he spawned. Yeah. If he's gonna jump into the main base here, he's gonna do that whether he spawned right, up, left, whatever. I bet you play D&D too. Yeah, I do. Teacher actually shut us down from making a D&D club in 2008 because Satanic Panic. Satanic Cult is out of season. Can you believe, like, things really do revolve on a cycle? It actually, like, we're basically going back to the Red Scare. I know I'm bringing politics into it, but this is the closest thing I can think of. Like, Satanic Panic and D&D hate isn't coming back as far as I can tell. Maybe a little. But the Red Scare absolutely is. Anyway, 4-gate. Man, I'm having some serious deja vu. This exact conversation has happened before. I guess because MaxPax and the cult, right? Of course. Anyway, bunker is unfortunately going to go down. If you can save that 1 round, you know, of an attack, that is actually very helpful. So to immediately go down is a little scary. There's also a lot of space in this main for the 4-gate to try and work out. But, you know, MaxPax, let me check again. No, that is 4. That's the number 4. Despite 4-gating, has actually shown a little more of this, well, I know he's going to commit to it. He's getting a Nexus. He is getting 1 probe at a time. I guess it's on purpose. He is still kind of committing. Clem can't get to a false sense of confidence. I don't think that was the problem. He just didn't have enough attention to the main base because he was actually still being attacked in the natural. Didn't quite realize that the army had split up like it did. I'm still not out of it yet, but the army supply is dwindling. Another tank could go down. This is now extremely worrying. Maybe not quite game over, as a lot of stalkers did just lose their lives right there, but MaxPax has got a lot more to throw here. That was the only auditor you're going to have. Another tank is out. Fortunately, Clem did not think he was safe at any point. He did not stop building those factory units. But it is unfortunate that just basically everything that kind of can go wrong did. Losing the bunker, then not being prepared for the division in the main. Another bunker does go down. That's okay, as the tank should still be safe. Another tank actually... Oh, the command center blocks it. Oh, yeah, he's realizing that now, too. Oh, that sucks so much. Oh, that's pain. This tank getting into increasingly more dangerous areas as it goes forth, but it looks like MaxPack's not quite believing he's culled the numbers enough. There's too much bio ready there. If he did blink in, there could be a tank on the high ground. Yeah, lost his observer to the Raven earlier. So yeah, fortunately Clem does not die. I mean, not that I'm cheering for Clem. I just, so when you lose to a 4-gate, not as entertaining. We want to see some of the changes to the game, like for instance the Colossus, which actually should be made this time around. Last game it was going to be made, and then the Robo was in a really vulnerable position. Should not be the case this time around.
Assuming control.
Holy hit, thank you for that raid. Speaking of other top tier players and long-time StarCraft 2 commitment, needing a break. We're on a break. This is what's really just so crazy about the patch, is that I've really never seen such a consensus amongst people who have dedicated a big portion of their lives and are public-facing figures. You know, collectively, we really didn't like it. It's usually what happens is that, you know, maybe if it is really bad, like you'll have like the pro gamer it affects the most kind of have a rallying cry. So a lot of other Terrans, for instance, can rally behind Hero Marine who thinks the larva buff was bad, right? But you don't usually have like every race really have a problem. Mid-tier GMs, high-tier GMs, pros have a problem. Commentators have a problem. Content creators have a problem. I mean, anyone who's putting on a face for this patch is really putting on a face. You know, even Harson doesn't like it, but he'll be like, well, at least I'm having fun changing the build. Or Skillos was like, I'll try to be positive, but now he's given up. It's, the intern has done, you know, one thing that no one has done before. And not in a good way. Speaking of not good things, while chasing some stalkers, all of the tanks tied to just 4 zealots. Oof, that was money right there from MaxPax. Oh, whoa. Okay, but then the Colossus had just been rallied, I guess, because of the Observer, maybe? That must have been what happened. Chaos going every which way a little bit. Things should settle down on the Terran side. Clem, I think, got a Widowmine drop or a Liberator or something out in the back. Maybe the Raven was used. Yes. And so things do settle down, but it does suck about those tanks. So 5 tanks were made. Didn't they kill 3? I feel like they killed 3. Maybe it was only 2, but nonetheless, very effective zealots. And then to trade a Colossus. Well, 4th command center on the way. Our SimCity is a little bit more fixed, getting into our upgrades. 2nd starport is Colossus. We'll be building in numbers. 2. You know, obviously there should be 3, but looks like MaxPax is going to try and replace that 3rd one that died. And then a factory is going to float. Yeah. I'm on and off about factory floating in this matchup. But anyway, Warp Prism is going to get a warp in. Oh, that was close. A couple more Marines joined up and helped. Clem still has a very strong army supply, too. He's actually up by about 30. Equal upgrades. Very good production. I gotta say, I haven't been playing StarCraft, so I can have 0 thoughts on the patch, obviously. Since I played and was like, why am I doing this? But I gotta imagine the 100 minerals less on the command center feels like an even bigger difference than when you go for a low ground versus high ground command center. Terrans will understand what I'm talking about. Other races will be like, what? I don't understand. But like, it just feels so much better. And I gotta imagine 100 less minerals for the 3rd and 4th command center. Just feels so much better. Not that that's a good thing. I don't think the command center should be 300 minerals, just to be clear. But when life gives you lemons, make command center lemonade. Tastes like rust. We got ourselves a good old-fashioned late-game TVP, but the map is kind of asking for it, if we're being honest. It's a very large map, and they are cross-spawn. I don't know if it's forced cross-spawn. I don't think they are. I don't know. That's not too much more either race can do. Orbital's 450 minerals now. Attack on the left side. Clem did go for a bit of greed here. I don't know if he'll appreciate that as he starts to get 1-2'd by Max Packs. Max Packs ready to go with 5 bases. Ready to just start throwing bodies at the Terran. And it looks like Clem is struggling. Having to lift and then actually lose the command center. Didn't expect that to happen, but also 17 SCVs. Now, he did slap down 3 more command centers. They're so cheap. They're a bargain. But, yeah, it did kind of start with the 4th not being a planetary. A couple of zealots pulled his attention away, which still had his army in front of the 3rd, but not out in the map in a wider concave. It was just purely defensive in its own kind of choke, which it will be again, and that's very scary. Upgrades are about to finish for the Terran. There could be a timing here. 1 Colossus falls, and we're really doing a whole lot. This is so far a decent handling of things. Oh, and Clem has a drop over to that right side, killing Max Packs' 5th base. Upgrades about to finish. The Colossus could go down. SCVs, well, I'd say they're being pulled, but, well, into their death. 45 have gone down. Command Center is going to be killed. It's the 2nd one. But Clem's drop did just kill a 5th base, which actually wasn't that impressive of a base count for Protoss anyway. I would have thought that would have been a 6th or even a 7th behind Max Packs' aggression. So that ended up working out. I don't think those 3 medevacs worth of units would have helped as much, again, because that choke was such a problem. As they do, you know, having to pull the army back and actually getting a base. Ooh, 1 barely not going down. Clem feeling a little bit of breathing room, goes out in the map. He also is feeling a little bit of desperation. He's got to do something on the counterattack, but down to 37 SCVs. Looks like he hasn't even hotkeyed these extra command centers as of yet, because he's not building SCVs from them. Well, he's also too poor, actually, as he tries to fit in 3-3. A lot of Archons are forming, but are not done. A couple of EMPs are available. Colossus do go down. Now the Vikings, well, they could land. Oh, no, there's one more. There's one more. There we go. There we go. Some of them land. Some of them stay in the air, but more Zealots on the backside. And this is not going to be the counterattack that Clem was hoping for. With those Archons forming and only about half of the army on the front. It looks promising, but another half of the army was coming up from behind. But Clem's still going for that multitasking. Still has this drop, dealing some damage, getting some stalkers, getting some probes. Still not really devastating damage as Clem is licking his wounds back at home. I mean, he just lost so much. He's actually wondering if there's a hidden base. Or maybe he just assumes that there's a 6th, and he's wondering if there's a 7th, you know, after killing the 5th. Multitasking is still going to find some success, and if he can keep this army alive while being a little hornet, being really annoying, there's a chance he can recover. Unfortunately, he's lost 2 out of 3 of this medevac attack, and then he's lost the medevac just now in this one. And struggling to even produce 3 SCVs at a time. Yeah, very unfortunate. If he had saved both extra command centers, that would have gone a very long way, I think. Certainly the extra mule from the 1 orbital that died would have been very helpful. 3-1 versus 2-2, and the 3-3, as I pointed out, was fit in, like, at great cost. Like, he pretty much stopped production to fit this 3-3 in, but he's hoping it'll pay off. The drops are no longer causing Max Packs to worry. He's looking for an end-game scenario here, up 20 supply, although a lot of Max Packs' supply is back at home. I don't see any EMPs, however, and that's extremely dangerous. There are High Templars with Storm. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Oh, there's 1 ghost. My bad. There's 2 ghosts. This one's full of energy. Ha, you tricked me. All right, there's 2 ghosts. I was going to say, kind of the worst thing about this is that you can't chase if the Protoss overcommits without these ghosts. But you also might just get slaughtered by storms if you don't have ghosts, so. Oh, God, that was a good storm. Oh, the Marines bathed in it. Drop was trying to do more damage, but Max Packs handles that. Like I said, this means that supply is back at home for Max Packs. So it's probably a very equal supply on the front lines, and now 3-3 is done. This Terran army is very intimidating. Clem is back up to 4 bases, and he has an extra base he could try and sneak somewhere. Nice eye. Realized there was no observer quite yet, but there it goes now. Only got one High Templar. 2 still a decent amount of storms. Can't afford to lose another orbital command here. Clem trying to respond. Has those upgrades, but is not... Oh, getting rid of the storms. Oh my god, so much damage there. So much. And Clem is going to fall to max packs. GG's. Maybe we should just keep the command center at 300 minerals, guys. I mean, if Clem isn't automatically winning against max packs, is it really that much of a buff? Better make it 250. Any more behind the scenes crazies? No, thankfully. I think, as funny as some of those stories are, well, no, actually, I mean, I got one more, I guess. I mean, the only other crazy person, like mentally unstable person that I have had the misfortune of having to deal with is a Villo. There's been like 1 or 2 other situations in which someone is not maybe mentally unstable, but they're not nice. And they have a rabid fan base, so you hesitate to discuss them. And I won't name that pro gamer. But yeah, that guy, I figured if I showed up to another land, because he would participate in lands that I would go to as well. He lived in, I think in like Pennsylvania, and there was a DMV land, DC, Maryland, Virginia, that he would go to. Initially, he was just kind of a weird guy, but then as time went on, like particularly around like the Nation Wars incident, I was like, if I go to a land and that guy is there, I'm pretty sure he's gonna shank me. So there's a time before that where he tried, I guess, like a last desperate attempt to like repair his image, where he went to Montreal and pretended to be everyone's friend, and like he hadn't just like been the biggest asshole to everyone. That was like when he like went to Italy to stalk that girl. Yeah, he was trying to be like everyone's friend, and I just that tournament, I was a bit frustrated by some of the decisions made on the broadcasting side, and I also just, my stomach didn't feel great, so I wasn't drinking. So, which means I was kind of in like a, yeah, I'll have fun with my friends, but like I really want to just chill, you know what I mean? So I was at the bar, I was at the kind of the official after party, and he comes up to me as I'm hanging out with Alaris. And he's like, oh, hey, ZombieGrub, like, good to see you. What are you doing? What's up with you, man? It's been a while since we've been, DC land. Those were good times, right? I'm just like, I'm so confused. I'm like, and he tries to be chummy with me. And it was the only time I've ever had a shower argument that actually, like, you actually got to, like, use it, and use it at the right time at the right place. You imagine having this conversation in the shower, but you never actually get to say exactly what you want to say. Where he ends his attempt to be friendly with me. And he's like, yeah, we got, by the way, great casting at this event. It was awesome. And I was like, really? Last time you said my casting fucking sucked. And he was like, oh man, me? No, like, what? No. And I was like, yeah. You've been a real asshole to me, so I'm not gonna talk to you. And I think I moved away, and Alaris is just kind of sitting there like, and the bartender actually asked if he wanted to throw Villo out of the bar because he saw the interaction happen. But the next time after that, I was like, this guy's probably gonna try and kill me, so I'm just gonna avoid that. And then, this isn't a crazy person story, but it is kind of funny, and it's very courageous. Someone sent me a boyfriend application. Like an actual, like a job application, but it's for a boyfriend. And it's pretty funny. I really appreciate it for the lulz, but they put, like, real information on there. I think they attached a picture, but I didn't open it for obvious reasons. Some highlights include 2 measurements for his height and a really amazing paragraph where it's like, what would you like, name 3 things that you would bring to the relationship or something like that. And it's just, the way that it's written is so funny. It was, I'm tall so I can reach high cupboards for you. I love flowers, so I'll always give you flowers. I'm a beta cuck, so I don't mind if you cheat on me. And I love giving you compliments. And you're just like, what was that? What was that? What was that one thing? So that was funny. I wonder if that guy's in chat right now. He sent it to me, I think, like, late 2019, early 2020. It was, like, right before COVID. Wait, it's one with shoes and one without. Did it have a checkbox for yes, no? I don't think so. It had, like return to this email or something, and then I think he also was like, I can give you references to my friends, so like something like that. Every so often I find it in my Discord messages, and I read it out at like a party because it's pretty funny. It seems like people went over to Korea. Oh, there's waiting in America. That's why. Okay. I was like, I'm pretty sure we couldn't get in a Beyond versus Cure, which is a best of 1 TVT happening. And I'm guessing it's just a pretty long TVT that no one's casting. But whoever wins faces Clem, so we have to play on a North American server. Yeah, don't think there's been any other crazy time. There's been some stupid stuff, but nothing quite tops the email about us being part of the cult of the devil and how we intentionally keep this poor guy down and praise Max Pax because we're the devil incarnate. That can't really be topped. Smoothest Discord pickup line. Okay. Super awesome, cool, cute person, and then wait for them to respond, and then after this, oops, that was supposed to be a note, not a message. Oh. Can say I've never tried flirting online, so I don't have any online moves. I would most likely not send a girlfriend application. But every so often you hear about people who met through the internet. There was a Reddit thread yesterday, and this guy was like celebrating a year with my wife who I met on Reddit. Something like that. And you're like, well, I guess that happens. But we can just be honest for a second. There's like kinds of people you would think do that. maybe the way that they look, maybe the things that they're into. And you're like, okay. But they posted pictures of themselves, and it seemed very legitimate. And first of all, the woman messaged the guy. And the guy was good looking. But the woman was beautiful. And like very stereotypically feminine kind of beautiful. Just not the type of person you think would PM someone on Reddit. Because they thought they were cute the way that they were commenting on all the threads. I mean, that's pretty rare. Just be hot. Look, man, I think we can all be a little realistic here. You know, it's like the same thing where you gotta remember anytime you read any story about like a really hot threesome or something. A lot of the people that are having those are like not people you might want to be having a threesome with. Another story from the AI boyfriend Reddit. Oh, we went down a internet rabbit hole of people with AI relationships, and it was pretty sad. They made a flag, you guys. They made a flag. I mean, a flag for AI sexual people. If I ever see that flag in real life, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know. Wow, that's like the first time we have a new firehouse that was built near us. And I think it's the first time we've heard a siren coming out of there. Isn't Tinder technically a relationship application? In your Tinder bio, do you also write that you can reach high shelves? I'm a beta cuck, so it's okay if you cheat on me, and also gives you flowers? Because, yeah, I guess it is. There was a comic, one of those like newspaper comic kind of art styles. That was like a guy dropping off a woman at her doorstep, and she was like, "Can you not tell my friends that we met in real life?" Because now it's like the opposite of what it used to be, where obviously people would be like, "Oh, can you not, you know, maybe we shouldn't bring up that we met on OkCupid or whatever it was 15 years ago." Large language mommy. Well, the other thing that we found out was that it was a remarkable amount of women. Heterosexual women, I guess. Or gay men masquerading as women, I don't know. But anyways, most of the AI relationships were boyfriends. Like, they were AI guys. Not girls. And I was like, there's probably something that, you know, someone in a sociology can say on this. But my guess was that maybe like men on average, you know, seek more of the physical side, which is obviously something that you cannot do. I say that, but that's another rabbit hole we went through. What was it called? What was it? You guys remember what it was called? Was it like Dildotronics or something like that? Oh my god, I'm gonna Google this and regret it for the rest of my life. Teledildonics. Firefox suggests. Thanks, man. Teledildonics. So yeah, I say like, you know, they might, you know, on average want the physical side more, so they can't be satisfied with an AI girlfriend, but technology is on it, you guys. You will soon be able to program your AI chatbot to use your wireless vibrator or whatever your preference is. My wife on Facebook, though we had lots of mutual friends. Yeah, I mean, I think that's still pretty rare. But yeah, this is what I was saying. Like, it's not like it's so impossible. No one's ever done it. You know, meeting through Reddit or meeting Facebook or whatever. Because I definitely think that was, especially when Facebook was really popular with the youngins. You know, I think that'd be probably even actually maybe common back when it was smaller, but still obviously very, very popular. I feel like gay men masquerading as women are more likely to be trans women. Well, there's sure. I mean, I don't know. All types. People should really tune into my stream during downtime. I had Roddy's stream open to see if they were casting the TVT. And they're talking about fucking F1. I mean... How is that interesting? Someone has just learned the word teledildonics thanks to this stream. Met someone met their life partner through MMORPG. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, as someone... That was my circle of friends. You know, I was in the circle of friends who would have online, you know, long distance relationships, never met offline, who met through MMOs. We met a friend. No one dated her, but we met a friend actually. Just one of those rare moments where you party up with someone and then you're like, "Are you American? Yeah. Ah, East Coast? Yeah. DMV area? Yeah." We just ended up living like 40 minutes away from each other. You're sick of the World Cup and F1 discussions? Nice. I'm here for you. All those silly European streams talking about their favorite sports. If you're playing an MMO, I'm not sure you can get a partner through other means. Oof. Ow. Rude. Fortunately, that might be the extent of my knowledge on the AI subject. Yeah. Yeah, poor Australians. You need your own MMOs. People would post videos of themselves having sex while playing RuneScape. Like real life. Like posting porn and then playing RuneScape. Interesting. The other option was that they were having cyber sex in RuneScape. So that's what I'm clarifying. Which, you know, I'm sure people do that. I'm sure people are really into that, actually. Cliche to make a song called One Day My Avatar. The guild songs are all pretty good, actually. I enjoy all of them. They're making a new one. They're making a movie for the guild. So that's pretty exciting. Right, yeah, that's, I mean, someone's response to that thread I was talking about was like, I could be married to her for 4 years and still think it was a catfish. Like, it's like one thing to be like, it's a woman? I don't know. Like, that's already suspicious. Then she sends her picture, and again, she was gorgeous, and just be like, oh, no. That can't be real. Anytime we remake an old series, the entire cast is still alive and uncancelled. Yeah, I mean, they're all really young, but yeah, certainly uncancelled is surprising. Hey, Bjorn and Kira out of a game. Yahtzee. Well, Kira actually logged on. I should be more accurate. Bjorn has logged off, so I assume he lost. She raised 1.7 million for the guild. That makes sense. The people who knew about the guild, like that's, I guess that's the nice thing about some the nerdy side of things. I feel like generic nerd too. Like it kind of appealed to a very wide population of nerds. Like MMOs are just too popular, right? But the audience is basically still there. Like 20 years later, and the same people who watch the guild because they were in a community that would even know of the thing are still nerds who are in communities who would know of similar things. Like they're not gone in any way. They didn't stop being interested in MMOs and video games and nerd culture. And now they're richer, hopefully, because it's been like 20 years. And they should have moved up in, you know, pay and whatever. You could fund 1/15 of a new RTS game with that. I love the Stormgate will forever be the punching bag. Anytime anything's like crowdsourced, anytime we talk about RTS, anytime we're like anything is crowdsourced in general, I guess. Yeah, it's just. Anytime we talk about player base, anytime we talk about like the absolute bar, anytime we talk about like, you know, high expectations and being careful of them, like, it's just so much. I would say, remember when we were all really optimistic about Stormgate, but I feel like that time for myself and people I would talk to about it, I feel like we actually were never that optimistic. The people who are really optimistic definitely came across to me, and I'm sorry if this is one of you, but like the most optimistic, not like Mana making, you know, or Pig making a post about how they're excited about a new RTS. I mean the people who are like, I saw one thing and it's going to be the best thing ever. Those people were generally the ones who are just looking to be the next esports. Is certainly the impression that they gave to me. It was just like, maybe they really do think it'll be the next big thing, but then I feel like they're staking a lot of their maybe like dream profession on it being the next big thing. Everyone else generally tempered expectations, maybe a little overselling for content, but me, I was like, it could be really good. And then they actually showed us, or they actually talked to us about the thing they were going to make, and they were like, it's going to be Diablo and StarCraft. And I was like, ah, oh, never mind. I was a hater from day one. Alright, we finally get ourselves a TVT after Beyond vs. Cure took like 20 minutes, half an hour. It's a best of 3 because it is the losers finals. Whoever wins this goes on to face Max Pax in the finals. Bottom left, Clem. Top right, Cure. And you might have, yeah, hey guys, hey, look at this. Clem playing Terran. He's been doing it consistently for the last 2, maybe 3 weeks. Seems like he actually did it before the 300 minerals is the thing. So just like, let's keep that in mind at the very least, because I don't know the exact date as to when he started playing TVT. Since he actually clearly knows the build of TVT with the 8 workers, he must have been practicing it at some point. But yeah. And then 300 minerals. But obviously you're TVT, everyone benefits from that. So, as I was saying earlier, kind of the only logical conclusion is that Clem didn't like the Protoss changes at all. Maybe in this matchup, but I'm going to guess at all. But I don't know. I don't know if anyone's talked to him about it. Which Protoss liked the Protoss changes? Well, no, that's a good question, actually. I'm not sure. Look at this on the positive side. Next to impossible to fail more than Stormgate. That's true. Yeah, I'm sure there are people who like the changes. You know, every time someone posts, like, I like the changes, we don't, you know, we don't 100% get a race from them. I'm sure some people do. Well, I think what might be more accurate is that they don't really care because they still do what they want to do, which is build warp gates. And then it's the other stuff that they may like or not like, I guess. Kira going for a factory expand. Clem going for a 2-racks opener, but not proxied. So very little chance of this being lethal. Could still cause a issue. It's just less likely with a factory expand. It's more like, does Kira get overly aggressive with his Reapers and or Hellion? And go, oh shit, the guy went 2 racks. Because he doesn't know. Doesn't know yet. This might be one of the better situations for Kira. No, okay, good on Clem. Nice, 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 nice. So if Clem had responded with the first Reaper just by going up here, then this could have, you know, killed the SCV and escaped. Clem should have given him more credit. He's a good Terran player. He doesn't, you know, always play TVT. Yeah, just went around with the 1 Reaper. And now he knows, Kira knows that it's 2 racks. Again, it's not devastating for him. He keeps the 2nd Reaper at home. He was already building a 3rd, so he's not without production. He is going to go ahead and just give up the time of building the command center to save the SCV, because either way, this had to be stalled. And, might even, well, this might be a little soon, yeah. He's a little spicy. Yeah, okay, 2nd Reaper and 2nd Hellion. Now you can push this back. This could have been 5 Reapers. I think it's way better that Clem did not go for that. I don't think they would have showed up in time. I'm not sure about that, actually. It's a gamble that I don't think was quite worth it. So Clem moves on. He's got a factory done building a starport. Kira's starport is already finished. But I just want to highlight this again. I highlighted it last time we talked about TVT, but again, on the things that have changed since the good old days that everyone swears was definitely better. One of the things that definitely changed in TVT was that the faster starport when it came to defending against cheese was actually like a really important part of the game. You talked a lot about how the faster starport was going to cause issues on the guy who tried to Reaper rush you or whatever he did. Nowadays, not so much, because we have this beauty, this box of boxes, the Cyclone. Now it's not nearly as scary. And then, much later on, I guess we also got the Raven changes. So the Ravens have been a staple of the early game. Kira is looking to just jump up, however. Oh, Tank's gonna siege up, hopefully get a shot off. Clem sees it. He's gonna get a lock on. That's one of the less ideal scenarios for Kira, isn't it? Yeah, actually. Just loses the tank. That's very much the least ideal scenario. The Cyclone is supposed to get shot once by the tank and then maybe jumped on by this army so it wouldn't kill the tank it locked onto. Instead, it locked onto the tank and it locks onto the medevac, almost grabs it. Instead, it might die, but save, body block. And the medevac does come back. Viking's going to help as well. Nothing to shoot that Viking now, so the Raven's going to fall. The tank will hold. No, it won't. Another tank for Kira's coming along here. He's just rallying everything across the map, taking advantage of the momentum. And Clem is in a... Oh, he's actually dead. Yeah, he's dead. GG's. Don't you love TVT? Stormgate had like 300,000 players. No, it never got that high. What was Stormgate's peak? Anyone have that on hand? Way to generalize an entire player base? What are you talking about? Oh, their conversation. Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about. Its peak was about 5,000. I was going to say, like, even though Stormgate had a massive amount of advertising that really should have given it a chance to hit, I would say like 10,000 plus. I'm not going to, definitely not 5,000. Never, ever. It just was already, it was such a poor game. They had already begun to agitate people as well with some of their practices and the Kickstarter. And then the actual game, when it was that early access or whatever it was called, was just atrocious. So Clem went for the 2 racks at home in game number 1. Gonna go ahead and go for the proxy 2 racks. Doesn't want to play. I'm not even sure that Clem really minds playing the more mid-game to late-game TVT, actually. But he probably doesn't want to play the kind of wacky early to mid-game that can end things abruptly. I think I am really, truly speaking for him, so just, you know, keep that in mind. I actually haven't heard this from his mouth, but when the Cyclones were reactored, that early game micro, he was really good at it. And I felt like he had a lot of fun with it too. And even though it could end catastrophically, like instantly, I don't know. Maybe he still liked it overall better. Because that was back when he was playing TVT. And then it got changed back to the tech lab and he just kind of seemed to give up on life. But that I don't know if that's like the part that he's most agitated with. Kind of that kind of bullshit. I only have so many units part of TVT, and if that unit dies, I die, which kind of exists in PvP too, which he was open to playing with. But regardless, he does not want to start things off being the defender. That's for sure. And he didn't start things off last game being the defender either, but this has a much higher chance of actually doing damage, whereas last game, it didn't. I mean, he even lost his SCV build in the command center, so he really didn't get anything from the opener. Cure is going for a factory expand. He is going for a reactor first, which... Here's the thing. If Clem holds on his Reapers, he's not necessarily going to take advantage of the reactor first. I'm guessing this works the same way between 12 and 8 SCVs. Although this is Reapers. Well... It's actually quite reminiscent of the Maru versus Oliveira finals. So the first Reaper, if it had immediately gone, it could have matched up against the other Reaper that usually would be made. In this case, it would have seen, you know, free reign on the SCV line. Unfortunately, it waits a little bit, so instead of maybe 4 SCVs, we get 3. Or maybe 5? Well, you gotta be careful as Cure still, of course. Reapers take a long time to build, and you're outmatched. Hellian's a little less so that's really what you're waiting on, but you can't have the Hellion defend alone. I can say this is definitely finding the damage it wanted to. Actually, I think Cure is gonna die here. Yes, he is. Although the SCVs, Citizen's Arrest on the left side, that is probably what's going to keep Cure alive. If there are 2 extra Reapers, if there's 4 Reapers regaining their health right now, no shot. But as it is, Cure got that surround, saved his life. And because he didn't sacrifice SCVs to do an aggressive opener, you can see that Cure still comes out ahead on the worker count. 5 Reapers killed, or sacrificed for killing 5 SCVs. Clem needs to make sure he doesn't lose the same amount in turn. His factory is so much later. Good lord. Yeah. So this is actually a really good example, as I think we're just going to witness Clem get O2'd. But this is a pretty good example of actually what Legacy of the Void made better, but some people argued was worse. So, for whatever reason, so many people arguing, don't even remember history, but Cure versus Max Pax. Okay, we're gonna be an NA. So, they say they wanted more variety. They were thinking of all those cheeses and early game builds they saw from the first 5 years of StarCraft's life, which, you know, many of them are already getting phased out anyway. What they don't remember is how many times those ended without the amazing game that you hope for. I think everyone who talks about having a fun early game, what they really mean is they want a dynamic early game into a dynamic mid game into a dynamic late game, right? What they probably didn't actually think they were asking for was a heavier committal to cheese so that games ended abruptly. Or they may have accepted that as long as there was a variety of it. But it's just not what we're seeing. And what Legacy of the Void actually helped was it helped the Turax, the Reaper Turax, but also like the Marine Turax against Zerg initially. It helped it become a dynamic opener that would go into the mid game, that would go into the late game. And I don't think people, I don't think everyone was really understanding what happened in the past and what improved and what maybe we're missing now isn't because of the 12 workers. You're in 12 workers, that 2 racks, the factory I think would have been done. You know, like I think he still would have struggled on the counter because he did lose 2 Reapers. He wasn't really supposed to. And was, you know, he didn't evacuate immediately. He was being chased by a Hellion. So I think he was always going to be in trouble even on a 12 worker start. But I think the factory's done and the Hellion is producing. And then you only deal with 2 Reapers because obviously you have a wall against their Hellion. And you might survive. That's actually what 12 workers gave us more so, was this ideal, the potential, this doesn't happen all the time obviously, but the potential of a kind of ideal game where, you know, really interesting opener that could be threatening, does damage, but not enough, so then you get the counterattack that leads into risky decisions in the mid-game, and it's beautiful, imaginary, perfect tapestry of StarCraft games. For sure, Cyclone on the way. There you go. Because like we've seen so many 12 SCV 2 Raxes not win, not lose, not win, and then you know the game goes on. But I can't actually. I'm even suspicious that maybe he missed his gas timing or something. That factory was so late. And it's just the 8 workers start. And some people say the fact that it's legit all in is a good thing, but it's not like we're getting a variety of new build orders that are really all in. Someone needs to tell Max Packs to get on NA. Well, while we wait for someone to notify Max Packs. Let's talk about Skillus potentially quitting. Yeah, I'm kind of done now since Home Story Cop really don't like the direction we're going. So I have no motivation to play without tournaments. Yeah. Obviously, like, it was already going to be difficult to keep people playing full-time. Or even part-time. Without bigger tournaments, but... Coming soon? People are already saying this, actually. The scene's kind of dead. Seems like it was a mistake. People are already validating the choices made by Blizzard here by saying they probably changed it up because it was dying. And they thought they needed to drastically mix it up. Hey, worker start isn't even necessarily a new idea. Oh, I hope people are smacking this guy. Alright, no one brought up the specific thing, but 8 worker start isn't even necessarily a new idea. I suppose he's comparing it to 6 workers, but he also might be talking about pigs experiments before the patch. It's a very new idea in the context of Legacy of the Void. To say that it's not a new idea is actually just completely false. It's a brand new idea in Legacy of the Void that doesn't account for all of the Legacy of the Void changes. So also, yeah, it's actually been 2 months, and the directions have just continued to go worse and worse. So this isn't Skillet saying on day 1 of the patch, PTR, this sucks, I'm not gonna play anymore. Zero space just drops, just saying. There's always been a 0% chance of zero space providing any avenue for competitive, like, professional players. That's never been possible. Could have been the best RTS in the whole damn world. Yeah, Ace, you're the what's the word? What's the phrase? Level-headed. Maybe not even that, actually. Sometimes you're as snarky as I am. You're the constant defender we need on Reddit. You could say there's zero space for professionals. Ew. That's more what I would bring up. Yeah, is that you're. There's just so many things why this wouldn't be the way to do it. But, like, one of the things is that we're basically a battered and broken community, actually, if we just want to continue feeling really sorry for ourselves. We have, after many, many, many years, finally been basically cut off from, you know, premier tournaments. Entirely grassroots at this point. And one thing that was true was that we liked the game. We liked the game that we saw, and premier tournaments kept people playing professionally and kept bringing out the really exciting games as well, and kept bringing the community together. And instead of thinking of ways that community that was left behind would be helped, instead they were like, what if we fracture it even more? What if, instead of appealing to the people who have stuck around, potentially, you know, some people for 6 years, they started in COVID was a big spike, some people started in free-to-play, some people started in Legacy of the Void, some people started in Wings of Liberty and have just gone through the entire thing. Yeah, instead of appealing to them, let's appeal to the people who quit a long time ago. I'm sure they will come back. It just... it's very, very annoying. And it's just like, I just feel like it's not even the most fun changes you could do. This is like telling a child to play with the typewriter. That's actually too fun. Hold on, let me think. An abacus is too fun. Let me think. This is like giving a child math homework and being like, it's fun. It's different. You have to figure things out. What's your problem? You ungrateful child. It's not even fun. Like, some people say it's fun, and I think they also found math homework fun. I don't know. To have to figure all the tiny things about the 8 worker change. Most of us were given the math homework, and we were like, oh, I don't really want to do that. something that would be fun, like giving us, you know, like brightly colored balls hanging from, you know, a thing in front on top of our group. Like that would be, yeah, new units. Okay, they can't do that. Fine. That would be like significantly changing units in the mid and late game so that you don't break what people find comfortable. You don't take away our safety blanket. The thing that we liked, the thing that was tested, the thing that was proven. I think there are so many other changes where I would be so much more on board with the whole, well, we needed to change, well, we needed to take a chance, blah, 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 blah. Top right, max packs, bottom left, cure. Thank God we have so much time to complain about the patch. Thank God ZombieGrub has proven once again how smart and correct she is. By calling this... No, it's actually very sad. But my last vindicated feeling in StarCraft was with the Cyclone reversion, and it's been years, so I was looking for another one. So Cure ends up coming on top compared to all the other Terran. Actually, that's quite a narrative. Max Pax beat Clem. He beat Percival, who's not often in the later stages, but, you know, he's a good Terran. And then the Terrans fought each other to see who would come out on top to actually make it to the finals. Cure is the one to do it. A lot through the lower bracket. It's been a bit of a grind for him. And his reward is facing TVP. Now, Max Pax looked pretty strong against Clem. He did win 2-1. He also beat Heroes Terran. But I don't know. Clem and Cure, I would still say, despite both not really being an extreme either way. I don't think they're extremely greedy. I don't think they're extremely cheesy. I don't think they're extremely safe or extremely same build centered. Maybe Clem a little bit. But anyway, I do think Cure still has a different brand of Terran. And I think he might do a little more of the early game, like pushes. Bring the medevac alongside units like he did versus Clem, actually. Or a tank push early that's not really committed. I think the pacing that he's going to set in the mid-game is also going to be a little bit different. I do think Terrans, so this isn't anyone's fault, but Terrans have kind of been conditioned to kind of give it the old college try in the early and mid-game versus Protoss, and then as the late game approaches, going, okay, I guess I can't push anymore. Cool. And there's still some Terrans who try, and occasionally that kind of off-pace surprise, the Terran still being aggressive, can be, well, just enough of a change to actually throw someone like Max Pax off, who would be most familiar with the way that Clem plays. I mean, these guys face each other so often. Cure doesn't even sign up for this tournament every time. He's not like Beyond. He signs up for everything. Well, it's 3 Reaper, actually. 1 Hellion. No, I was going to say, it must be 2 Hellions. 3 Reaper, 2 Hellion opener to start things off for Cure. Max Pax was able to see a Reaper. I don't know if he saw the Hellion. Reapers go in the main. Hellions are going to go into the natural. There must be Hellions. Max Pax would know that. And he's already got a shield battery in the natural, so that does help take care of things. 3 probes go down. Would be really nice to get... Ooh. He can get 5? Nah. If he could have gotten 5, I'd have been quite happy for Cure. But he does have a cheaper orbital command, so he's got that going for him. Bunker coming down because you didn't have very good units to begin with, and you just lost a bunch of them. The Widow Mines are not super trustworthy for the defense. But Max Pax is doing what Max Pax would usually do, and is going into Blink. Reaper's got a full scout. So there's a time in which you really, truly have to be scared. And that's a little bit later. Yeah, they have given their goals. I don't think the goals are bad. I don't think anyone thinks the goals are bad. Everyone just doesn't believe the goals are being met. They'll check over for this medevac or any other unit on the 3rd while he still deals with the Hellions. Here, just using a bit of a distraction tactic, kind of sneaks the medevac in. Such a common follow-up, but not 100%. Always the follow-up, so... MaxPax is obviously prepared for it. It's a probe, and that's probably all it will get. It is one shot away from being dead. Second bunker is up, because I guess that's just what you gotta do against MaxPax. If he is 4-gating, it is so scary. 3-gate, a little less spicy. Maybe you don't need the second bunker. Why risk it? Oh. I think he was looking for the tank. Nice SEV pull there from Pure to make sure that it wasn't even touched. This is 3-1-1 finishes up in the main base. 3rd base comes down for MaxPax. Medevac still chilling forever and ever. Also wants to die. Or you have F2s. See if Pure F2s. Raven is there, but can't go after the observers. You gotta go after the stalkers. A couple extra units on the south side are just enough to send those stalkers away. Something came over. Maybe the Hellions got one last hurrah. Medevac's still looking for an escape path, and it's not gonna find it. Yep. Yeah, MaxPax. If Cure had immediately gone to the north, he might have escaped MaxPax's notice just long enough. Now he's on patrol. Now the medevac really is truly doomed. But Kira has survived any amount of Blink Stalker aggression. 7 probes killed to 4 SCVs. 9 worker difference, but you would expect. But 3rd CC already on the way over. He saved 200 minerals so far. War Prism with charge? Yeah, charge is done. Charge lot's going to the main. Kira's totally ready for this. Oh! What am I even almost got a shot. Really want to get rid of the War Prism, but the Zealots have been deposited. And War Prism's gonna live for another attack. Stalker's on the front, hoping to find maybe just the tanks, for instance. Could have happened. Kira doing a wonderful job protecting all of his critical units. Not allowing any open opportunities for MaxPax, who doesn't really have a kill move. As he's super supply blocked. Look at this! Oh, the supply block is long. It was supply block before he had the supply the pylons on the way. That is a not pro. Okay, something finished, but still. That's gonna be a bad pro report card in the post-game summary. Scan reveals the 4th base. Doesn't see the army composition. Colossus versus Storm, basically. As oh my god, he's supply blocked again! No! God. Oh, it's so bad. And I keep noticing, too, which is really the worst part. Commentator should be worse. Dealing with the War Prism in the main. If he dies here, I think it's actually because of all the supply blocks. This is bad. Force field dissipate, tank continues on, 4th base has to be cancelled. And the distraction, harassment, back on Kira's side of the map, that was dealt with pretty quickly. Only 6 SCVs died. Back to working. MaxPax should have probably had another warp in. If I had to guess, one more warp in. Maybe that one more Colossus too. By the time he's force fielding and buying more time even. Big drop into the main base. MaxPax, he's flustered. He's in a kerfuffle. Nexus is gonna go down? Oh, wow. Okay. Nexus goes down. Maybe take out a gateway on the way out. Not the best thing you can grab. Look at that Artosis pylon. Look at it. Max Pax is still alive, building his 4th base over here with a half gold too. So if he can get away with it, that'll help recover from all these mistakes. He is down in workers at this point, and Cure is just 300 minerals away from building a oh, there it is, the beautiful 300 mineral command center. It's so easy to build now. Before, those extra 100 minerals really made you sweat. You're like, oh, I get a Marauder though. Oh, no, should I really build a command center right now? It sounds like I'm making fun and that it's not a big deal, but it really is. Just to be super clear. It's worth drawing attention to and joking about, so hopefully they revert it. But, I mean, that said, if they revert it, they do have to give something else, and that's a conundrum right now. If they take away the command center thing, they gotta give him something else to have him catch up on the Protoss and the Zerg, and then if they revert the Zerg thing, then the Zerg all complain, I don't feel swarmy anymore, and if they revert back to 12 workers, they'd have to admit that they suck. And no one wants to admit that they suck. Some of us really do suck, but no one wants to say that. This command center finishes! Oh no! That actually might want to be canceled. Oh yeah, that's dead. That's gone. 300 minerals down the drain. Kira tries to break up his army to get some revenge. It's actually a pretty good split. I'm looking. Is it a good enough split? I'm not sure. Into the main we go. Base trade territory! Ah, yes. Vikings going after the Colossus. Colossus in a very vulnerable area. This is probably not the best start to the base trade's epic finale. As the army comes in. No Warp Prism allowed. Max Pax will have kind of a hidden base at this point, but he's not going to have a main either. Marauders are not being paid attention to, actually. Cure maybe looking away for a couple of seconds. Did not control that as well as he could have. He could have ran away from the Colossus beams. He could have run away from the Zealots. Maybe it won't matter. At the end of the day, Cure still has double the army supply, equal upgrades, SCVs to pull in here because he's got mules, or does he? Another orbital is going to fall. I guess the main one never fell. 2 orbitals is going to do a lot, though. That Artosis pylon was killed. Max Pax just building a Nexus wherever he can. And, I mean, at this point, his 4th base that is basically hidden is Max Pax's lifeline. Without it, this game is definitely over. He thinks he's got a shot, but he's going to have to recall. I don't think he's going to recall. Force Field will buy some time. Sentries are all dead. Never mind, this game's over. GG's. Kira looking strong. You're Googling kerfuffle. With this variant, kerfuffle became a noun. There was carfuffle. And it was kerfuffle. But where did the original carfuffle come from? We need to keep Googling. We need to get to the bottom of this. The people who have this conspiracy that they're trying to kill StarCraft because the shooter is coming out just make me chuckle every time. In the bottom right, it's Max Pax. Top left, Cure. Cure looks good in TVP, but remember, he has to win 2 best-of-3s to actually win this tournament. He's coming in from the lower bracket. Who did he go down in lower bracket to? Clem. Wow, he really got revenge on that, didn't he? Cure actually hasn't faced a Protoss today in this tournament. But still looks pretty good. Which, you know, if you remember years ago at this point, his TVP was probably his worst matchup. Done a lot to fix it. Sure, video games or politics lead to crazier conspiracy theories. It's a bonus mission. The intern's the bonus boss you can defeat in the shooter. They realize that some StarCraft players need to cathart. Got a double gas opening from Cure, so a little factory expand to start things off. Which Max Pax was scout. Max Pax had a pretty atrocious game. There was nothing truly odd about that game. Cure did do a lot of little pinprick motions. The opener, saving the Hellions, distracting the Stalkers with the Hellions to let them medevac in. It was all responded to, so they didn't find some random devastating 10 SCVs worth of 10 probes worth of damage. But I'm guessing it kind of added up, just StarCraft being a hard game-wise. Where Max Pax was dealing with that and was trying to keep in mind, like, oh, I gotta chase the Hellions, then I gotta worry about the Winnebine, and then I gotta worry about the main base. And, well, at some point, especially when the builds are just a little different, and the supply depots come down at a bit of a different time, Max Pax got... I didn't look at the post-game screen, I should have, but I would say over a minute of supply block. And a pretty crucial time, too. If you get supply blocked when nothing is happening, you can do a lot to make up for that. But when everything was about to happen, that's pretty bad. This is interesting. We have Cure going for a whole 2-1-1 on one base. And before anyone is saying that's proof of the 8 workers start working, for the love of God, we had 10 years of Legacy of the Void. One base has been experimented with by the Terrans. I think Cure actually was one of the guys who did it in a Prab tournament. I'm not sure which one, though. I could definitely not recall the exact tournament. Maybe Rotterdam can, but... anyway, it has been done. And it kind of... It just goes into a very meta place where expectations are so set, which is still true in the 8 workers. The expectation is the Terran will attack you with a Reaper, with some Hellions, with a Widowmine drop, and then they'll take their base and build their barracks. So you don't bother scouting for a 1-base build. If you scout a 1-base build, it should be very easy to take care of. As we saw Cure supply block too. I'm not biased, I'll point out the Terrans as well. Didn't have the energy for call down supply. And now Cure's job is really just to keep Max Pax from scouting that it's a 1-base. Have the tank show up on the front door before Max Pax realizes what's going on. Already, though, a little bit of trouble with that. The Adept is on the way, about to shade in. It might see the lack of command center. Okay, Marines are going to kill it fast enough. We'll see no lack. That's very, very problematic. Max Pax, what does he got? What does he got? The good news is Max Pax almost always goes for a 3-gate, and he is going for a 4-gate this time. But the bad news is this is a 1-base. This is actually so quick that it is attacking before the gateways are done. Actually not sure that the hold can happen. Shield battery is there, Immortal being produced, but that's the only pylon powering the shield battery. Tank focus fired. If that goes down, there's a chance. There's a chance. Cyclone dies as well. Just the Marines and the Viking now. But a lot of medevac energy to make sure those Marines will never die. We don't have 4 Stalkers to one-shot them. Shield battery, well, temporarily gone. Immortal about to pop out. Will help against the Viking. Remember, this is totally one base. Kieran needs to do a lot of damage to actually make this win. I'm not sure that he will. Already down to just 4 Marines, and why Immortals won't do extra damage to them, it's damage. Kieran's still way behind. Max Pax's gateways are now done. Now, of course, he had to pull probes, and he lost some, so he might struggle to afford all of his production, but this is looking bad for Cure. Tank goes down to the Immortal. That's a fine trade for Max Pax, who just needs a little bit of time to warp in. This was, unfortunately, not it. Maybe, I'm surprised he didn't pull at least a couple, like 3 SCVs for a little repair and maybe a bunker. GG. Max Pax hold against the one base, even though he didn't actually scout it. It's so weird we're not seeing just a mass amount of CCs. What are these guys doing? Oh, I think 300 mineral CC is a war crime on StarCraft. I think you've touched something that cannot be touched. You're basically Indiana Jones touching the idol. And you're like, you got like the bag of sand, which is like all the other changes to the game that you're like trying to like counter, right? You're trying to fake the giant ball out with, and it's not working. All tied up now. 1-1. Bottom left, 1 win away from winning. It's Max Pax. Kieran needs to win this and another best of 3. Definitely went for a very risky strategy. I do wonder what 3 SCVs would have done, though. I think there's 2 issues I can see. One, he might not have actually even been able to get to a surplus of workers to fit in the build. Where on 12 workers, you might have been able to. You could literally like build 3 extra SCVs, 19 out of 16, and then pull them. No for sure. But then the other thing is, obviously I don't know if the SCVs would have won him the game. It's definitely not a guarantee. I'm not sitting here being like, "Cure, you fool." But he feels like if you are going to be that committed, some SCVs being pulled is almost always what's going to happen. They're kind of merit. It's kind of like peanut butter and jelly. If you're just having a peanut butter sandwich, you're crazy. If you're going for a one base, if you're going for an all-in, you pull some SCVs. All the Europeans who don't eat peanut butter and jelly are like, what are you on about? Max Pax was, he tried getting a scout, but might be even a little more wary of scouting. I don't know if it's that scary, because he won, obviously. I don't know if it's scary enough that he tries to open up with a sentry, for instance, which he almost never does. Woo! Woo! Probe. I ate peanut butter once, threw up that evening. Peanut butter's gross. For no other reason. Allergies? What are allergies? Normal so far. I mean, Kira won the macro game, but it was not easy, and a lot of it, I would say, was the supply blocks just happening at pretty crucial moments. Especially that Colossus one. That was... I was already impressed in a bad way with the Nexus not building probes, but then you pan over and see the Robo stuck. Ugh. Kira playing a little dangerous without a bunker, but not really. Assuming that Max Pax does his regular stuff. And he does, and he hasn't done a Max Pax in a very long time. Even when other Protoss, their first, some of them their first instinct, and I think it's a good instinct, to try it out, was to proxy, right? They proxied their gateways. They did the Max Pax again, actually. It seemed to be potentially back on the menu. Or they you know, even 4-gate proxy, right? Problem showed pretty quickly that it's not really that great still, because you actually need the warp gate to give it that increased speed. You need the research. But regardless, Max Pax was one of the Protosses who just really did very little experimenting. I think he did, if I recall, but it's back to the good old 3 or 4 gate for him. What do you call jam jelly? Well, apparently there's actually a difference between jam, jelly, marmalade, and maybe one more. Preserves? Maybe? I don't know. But yeah, apparently there is a difference. Something to do with texture, viscosity, amount of sugar. I don't know. I don't make jam. Here's one of those early pushes, very similar to what he did in TVT on this map. It's TKO! Yeah, you better apologize. Better hit that computer, tell it what's what. Oh. Well, we're about to find out if it's me or TKL. Oh, it's TKL! He's hoping and praying his computer lasts through the heat wave. He's got to put some ice on that ASAP. It's a pretty important moment for them to be microing. Go ahead and leaves the game. Nice TKL. This is obviously a case where Max Pax needs the utmost micro that he can show. Not quite locking on to that warp prism. Now in the corner, but the Stalkers are also having a difficult time getting all their shots off. Go for the Cyclone, grab it. The Marines might be better off. Oof, only picks up 3. Right, evacuating, heading to the main. And trying elsewhere. Surprisingly, these Marines still causing problems. Kira was about to reinforce, but that actually, it probably was more than likely a misrally. He wants to rally back to his natural. Get his bunkers up because the 4-gate is a-coming. Max Pax didn't lose that many probes. Only 5, so he should still be affording 4 gateways worth of Stalkers every time. Whoa, 2 tanks are out. 3 tanks are out. Yeah, I think he's fine. No, it's not a super committed attack, and it did take a while for Max Pax to clear up, so that'll do the trick. Max Pax already feeling things out that this is not going to really lead to very much more, but he's so good at the micro. Of course, he's going to go ahead and take out some SCVs, some Marines, and yes, the refinery. At this point in time, Terran needs gas. About to build a bunch of reactors and upgrades and medevacs. Supply block is because Max Pax built a supply depot, so we're building 3 at once. Also a command center, the best supply depot there is. Observer sees a kind of barren main, but the wall's tricky. He thinks he can shoot over the starport. He cannot. Now he can't. Yeah, the Stalker gets the shot. Well, the Stalker was tanking, so that Stalker still did a great job. Yeah, no redirection there from Cure. Now his stim is in trouble. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Oh, God, he's also in trouble. Okay, this might be it. Max Pax. 4-gate still works. I thought Cure was locked up, but nope. The Observer saw all. And it did not see... It saw that there wasn't enough. Four-gate is so good. You know what's really nice about the four-gate? Is that I do think it hits before the Terran actually benefits from the lower command center. I don't know why it feels particularly effective this patch, though. It feels like MaxPax's four-gate has been far more successful while still taking a third Nexus. And it might be because people just forgot kind of how to deal with the four-gate. They really had to be on point when the four-gate was the only thing MaxPax did 3 years ago. And maybe they're just a little less on point now. Or there's something with the patches, I don't know. That was game-ending damage. 23 SCVs went down. Good amount of army as well. MaxPax has so much time to build up his production. A little bit behind an upgrade, but... Yeah, Cure. Yeah, not even gonna play this one out. GG's. That's it. MaxPax recovers from the first game's loss. Gets a 2-1. And wins the Monday Night Weekly. Yeah. Even a 50-mineral command center, could you imagine? Well, that's it for the tournaments. I'm going to go ahead and swap over to playing a little bit of the campaign. The Campagne. Which you haven't watched me play this yet, it is a roguelike for the StarCraft campaign. So you get talent, you get curses, it stacks over all the missions. You try and go until you can no longer beat the mission. And then you can restart and still have all your talents. Before I start it, though, I am going to take a quick 2-minute break. There's a cat for you all to watch. So, enjoy that. BRB. No, 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 no. Nothing was happening. Stop. No. Why do they always assume? I didn't do anything. Be right back. Okie dokie then. I'm back. Not from outer space, though. Didn't go that far. Got myself some water. Some Vasa. Okay. Whew. Doing a little stretching, you know. Yeah. So I joined a pickleball league, and we play on Sundays. And yesterday was so last week was my first time ever playing pickleball, but I played tennis a little bit, so I got the hang of it for the most part.
SCV ready.
Whew, we're in the middle of the thing. But yesterday it was a far more well matched, so there was actually a decent amount of running back and forth. It was a good workout.
There are many abandoned
Okay, this one's been tough. We were so close to actually beating it, though.
They merely need their power restored by the construction of a few well-placed pylons.
This knowledge is forbidden.
So what we learned is vultures are very good. Vultures are helpful.
Go ahead.
Remember to build supply depots next to stuff because it makes production faster.
It's go time. This better be good. SCV ready.
I'm not gonna bother with that.
It's on.
I was thinking of building a forge.
Bad news.
Why is a medic in there?
It's go time.
I shall return.
Let's go pick up the immortal.
My slaves, the time has come to give me your strength.
The hybrid is draining the preservers to survive. I must free them before it is too late. A robotics facility. This structure may prove useful to us.
Your lives are forfeit.
No, you.
To despair.
Want a piece of me, boy? Kaboom, baby! Yeah. Ah, this better.
I return to serve.
Yeah, you do, buddy.
My thanks, mighty one.
No, my hybrid. I never save that hybrid. It always spawns in the middle of it.
Your doom is only delayed.
SCV ready.
I know. Very tough.
This better be.
Very scary. I don't like it.
Affirmative. Go, go, go! Outstanding.
Perfect timing.
A dark shrine. Once power is restored, it could be of great value to us.
Want a piece of me, boy?
Your existence ends this day.
Ah! You scared me!
There's not a lot of gas in this mission, man. I know, yeah, it's... I liked it too.
The doctor is in.
God, this one was flying.
Merely a temporary setback.
I didn't even want to win then.
The time has come to give me your strength.
It's the energy he's given.
Truly, fate has sent you here.
I wish it would petition turrets, man. Can you imagine that? On ladder? With flame turrets? They were gonna add it at one point. People were like, maybe not. Oh yeah.
Some secrets must remain hidden.
The doctor is in.
This better be good.
The doctor is in.
You require more.
Uh-oh. No, I need you. I need you. Oh, wait, no. Where is he? Crap.
You gonna give me orders? Dig
Need
it.
this.
Go, go, go.
No! Fuck! No! Stop! Oh, God. Bad misclicking happening over there.
The doctor is in.
It's not really working because he can storm them. It's a mod. Call it roguelike. I am struggling.
You gonna
Oblivion comes, none shall stand.
Let's go. Yeah.
Add-on complete.
I lost the probe.
This Templar archive lies abandoned.
The doctor is in.
Save me, save me! Ah, the spider mine's activating. Did they not activate on it? What? Why? That's just rude. He's not floating. What the hell? Well, Dave's alive, so he's got that much going for him.
Been waiting on you. You gonna give me orders? This better be
Real Brood War style, try and find the High Templars to kill him before they storm me. Why? Of course they find me.
Our liberation is at hand. Ready yourself, noble warrior. We confront a terrible evil this day.
Under attack.
The doctor is in. The doctor is in.
Ah!
The doctor is in.
Okay, I think he bugged out, so that was nice. He still bugged out. I will take it.
The doctor is in.
alright. Bring it on.
I don't think there's any starport units that would really help, man. Hey, you sons of bitches! You're not supposed to pee up.
Armed and ready. All right.
Ugh, breaking his space is really hard.
Some secrets must remain hidden.
Oh, it's my High Templar.
Under attack.
Well, he's floating, so he shouldn't be. Why that one but not the other one? Doesn't make any sense.
Armed and ready. Something on your mind. All right, bring it on.
I wonder if there's an easier way to get past. Or maybe it's like the bridge isn't the only way.
Been waiting on you. Well, I read you, sir. Dig it. It's about to get heavy.
Of course I don't have ghosts. I don't think I have science missiles either. Oh, I'm screwed. Man. Do I have science vessels? I'm not sure. I don't remember if I unlocked that talent or not. Don't remember that guy. Yeah. That's pretty much the timer. He gets more and more powerful in the this mod's mission bonus thing, but that's basically the timer.
Established a new colony on
New Folsom is ripe for the taking.
Yeah, every specter.
Every voice that was ever raised.
The decrypted adjutant contains records.
Seems your Queen of Blades figured out who's been paying us to snatch up all them artifacts. Mobius's head honcho, Dr. Narud, claims that...
Well, I don't remember what any of these missions are.
Oh, Commander Reyna.
It is fun. It's a really cool way to play the campaign. Kerrigan cloned herself. These clones aren't as strong as herself. Okay, maybe that's what I'm doing. That was multiple clones though, which doesn't give me joy.
Blade's search pattern complete. Calculating her ETA to the closest data core now.
You can't leave well enough alone, can you, Jim? It was stupid of you to come here.
There's the buff SCV. That's Dave.
I don't plan on
It's
staying
one of the
long
talents.
tomorrow, but I'll be damned before I let you get hold of those artifacts.
I'm giving you control of our medevacs, Commander. You can use them to transport your men around the city and avoid most of the Zerg.
Ready for dust off.
Yeah, should have put that somewhere else. Hold on.
This better be good. The raiders are here. We're saved. SCV ready. Been waiting.
So those are all Kerrigans coming after me? Okay,
Over
okay,
here.
okay,
Up on
okay,
the roof.
okay, okay.
SCV ready.
I'm fine with that.
Gangway. Coming. Aye, aye, sir.
The doctor is in.
SCV ready. Who wants some? Orders.
I don't know what time of timer I'm on. All these things blinking.
Huh?
Additional supply depots required.
Well, for the mod, it's on what you would call brutal, but it just gets more. It gets more and more difficult because we keep getting more and more curses. We get more talents, but we also get more curses. So there's a lot of things coming at me.
Out.
Insufficient Vespine gas.
Go ahead.
Add-on complete. Not enough minerals.
That's fine.
I don't know how many units I need.
The doctor is in.
Fine.
fire bat.
Bad news? All right. Bring it on. What's up?
Okay, she just keeps making more though.
SCV ready.
Exclamation point roguelike.
Not enough minerals.
Wow, out of 33? I should be building spot depots around this. Spot depots speed up my production.
Ah! You scared me.
Not enough. Not enough minerals.
So tough. Oh, she's at extra armor. Okay, that's kind of insane. Look how much the roaches are not dying.
The doctor is in.
Not enough minerals.
What are you up to, Jim?
It's so many Kerrigans.
I can sense you're trying to keep something from me.
Where's the data core? Where am I screwed?
Hey, hey, over here.
ETA, 1 minute.
Nice you drop by. I'm starting low on ammo.
Now what?
Ready. That's fine.
Oh.
Outstanding.
White
Oh.
flight's here.
SCV ready.
I have to make medevacs in this mission.
Armed and ready.
Driving off. Okay, well, this seems pretty difficult.
Additional supply depots required.
I didn't really, maybe we'll just, we'll try a fresh slate. I didn't really know the pacing of this mission.
Are we good at
Okay. Yeah, I don't have to pick the make it harder thing every
Analysis
time,
of the
too.
Queen of Blades search pattern complete. Calculating her ETA to the closest data core now.
You can't leave well enough alone, can you, Jim? It was stupid of you to come here.
Fast
I don't
SCV
plan on
production.
staying long, darling. But I'll be damned before I let you get hold of those artifacts.
I'm giving you control of our medevacs, Commander. You can use them to transport your men around the city and avoid most of the Zerg.
Ready for dust off.
The raiders are here. We're saved. Men, one. Over here, up on the roof.
Faster!
Add-on complete.
The doctor is in.
You scared me. Big job. SCV ready.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
SCV ready.
So many Kerrigans.
The doctor is in.
You gonna give me orders? All right. SCV ready.
Not enough minerals.
All right, bring it on. Armed and ready. SCV ready.
The doctor is in.
Dig it. This better be good. Been waiting on you. Bad news? I can't build here.
Not enough minerals.
Armed and ready. SCV ready. What's up? Armed and ready. This better be good. You gonna give me orders? Ready. Hey, hey, over here! Armed and ready.
Help me, Goliath. Help me. Help me. Help me.
The doctor is in.
Unacceptable landing zone.
SCV ready.
Well, the beginning went better. Not by very much though. I'm not sure I can do this one with the massive amount of Kerrigans. Maybe I should just wait. Maybe a little more patience before trying to go after the...
What's up?
Analysis
Bonus.
of the Queen of Blades search pattern complete. Calculating her ETA to the closest data core now.
SCV ready.
You can't leave well enough alone, can you, Jim? It was stupid of you to come here.
I don't plan on staying long, darling. But I'll be damned before I let you get hold of those artifacts.
Faster, 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 faster.
I'm giving you control of our medevacs, Commander. You can use them to transport your men around the city and avoid most of the Zerg.
Ready for dust off.
Big job, huh? The raiders are here. We're saved.
Complete.
By the number. Over here. Up on the roof.
That's where you're gonna stay for a while.
What's going on? You gonna... Ah, you scared me.
Add-on complete. Add-on complete.
SCV ready. Yo. SCV ready.
The doctor is in.
Armed who wants?
No one should be able to make this many clones of themselves.
Ready. Hear me.
Should be illegal.
The doctor is in.
SCV ready. No
Add-on
problemo.
complete.
Alright, so I could take down the people down here pretty quick. That wasn't too bad.
By the number. SCV ready. SCV ready. You gonna give me orders? Wait. SCV ready. How about lending a
Add-on
hand?
complete.
You want a piece of me, boy? Yeah.
Why are mutas so strong? Yeah, that's what killed me. What did I do to them?
What? SCV ready. This better be good. Armed and ready. SCV ready.
What are you up to, Jim?
I guess that's her, actually.
I can
when
sense
she
you
talks.
trying to keep something from me.
By the number. How about lending a hand? SCV ready. Hey, over here!
Ready for dust off.
Kaboom, baby! Gangway, coming through. This better be.
Actually,
Now
maybe I
what?
should make aliens.
SCV ready. Go, go, go!
Here's your stuff.
Nice you drop by. I'm sort of low on ammo.
Big job, huh?
Not enough beams.
I'm gonna get to the other loop round. It's very exciting. All the clones are. All the clones are coming.
Hey, man! Could use some help down here!
Okay. Dude, cannot take on that many clones. Meant to return to Hyperion. Okay. Well, that one's even harder. So probably. We'll look at another one. And then if we can't do any of those, then we stop doing the added difficulty. Good stuff, good stuff.
My people established a new colony on Haven. It was going well, but now
this
the
one
colony's...
seemed like it was okay. This was like one of the last ones I tried in my last run.
I ain't gonna stand by while you...
Jim, the pro...
I wouldn't be able to get enough tanks. I'd get overwhelmed by lings. I was gonna start adding tanks, but...
What's up?
I've located the Protoss nexuses that are channeling power to the Purifier shields. We'll have to destroy them before we can stop the Purifier. Some of the colonists didn't make it to our base in time. We should be ready to assist them when the Protoss attack.
SCV ready.
Add-on complete.
Fight or flight. Let's get into the fight. Who wants some? SCV ready. Yeah. Bad news? It's your dime.
I feel like there's some way to be clever with the supply depot speed boost thing, but can't think of it. Can't think of it fast enough.
SCV ready. Big job.
Sir, the Purifier has arrived and is on the move.
Does that count as near it?
I'm going. Boom, baby. SCV ready. Go.
Every time I see a mission that gives me 3 gas, I wonder why that Protoss mission doesn't. It's so mean.
Oh, it's on.
Add-on complete.
Go ahead. SCV ready.
The Purifier's coming into range of a colony base.
Say goodbye to that colony. Is this mission hard? I don't think it's one of the harder missions as like a basic one.
Add-on complete. Upgrade.
SCV ready.
Not enough minerals.
Let's have a blast.
Like some missions are hard.
Someone who wants some.
Harder than others, even if you're playing normal or whatever.
SCV ready. How about lending a hand? SCV ready. Can't wait. This better be good. Armed and
Getting to you
ready.
doesn't do anything.
SCV ready.
Sir, I'm detecting a massive energy spike. The Purifier is about to fire.
You gonna give me SCV ready. Need a light.
Not enough minerals.
All right, bring it on.
Right in that, you mean this thing? The Viking on the high ground? How's that gonna help me, one Viking?
Been waiting. By the numbers. It's about to get heavy. We hear you. It's go time. This better be good.
Oh, this thing's
Commander, a Protoss squadron is going after the colony ships. Those people don't stand a chance unless we stop it.
10-4. Looking forward to it.
Ah, okay. So that's why I wanted to go down there. I was like, I thought there was a reason I was going down there.
Been waiting months.
Will one Viking destroy it?
Agreed.
But sure. Vikings. Oh, the stupid beam.
They're gonna destroy our ship. We're all going to die.
Yeah, probably.
Armed and ready.
The doctor is in.
This better been waiting on one. By the numbers, boys.
Fucking gigantic colossus as well.
Game away. Ready to fire.
Our allies are being attacked.
I think it, you know, build up a little bit more.
Hey, time it.
Ah! You scared me. Bad news.
That laser beam
I've
does
located
hurt.
the Protoss nexuses that are channeling power to the Purifier shields. We'll have to destroy them before we can stop the Purifier. Some of the colonists didn't make it to our base in time. We should be ready to assist them when the Protoss attack.
Big job.
Add-on complete.
This better be. Go ahead. SCV ready.
Man, it feels like there is a very big difficulty jump.
The doctor is in.
SCV ready.
We're just dying immediately.
Not enough minerals.
What's going on? SCV ready. Go ahead.
Sir, the Purifier has arrived and is on the move.
Information systems pride. SCV ready. The road's calling. Dig it. Kaboom, baby! SCV ready. You scared me.
Not enough minerals.
I also wanted to build Goliaths, but I needed an armory for that. That's why I can't. Oh no, it is from a tech lab. Damn it.
SCV ready.
Damn it.
Big job, huh? It's a... SCV ready. All right, bring it on.
The Purifier's coming into range of a colony base.
You ready
Our
for
allies are being attacked.
in the rear, probably here.
Spider-Mines are good.
Gonna be a while. SCV ready. Bad news? All right, bring it on. SCV ready.
Our allies are being attacked. Add-on complete. Not enough minerals.
No, no, stop.
Not enough minerals.
All right, bring it on.
Sir, I'm detecting a massive energy spike. The Purifier's about to fire.
Love. Go time. Ready to fire. SCV ready.
Goodbye, colony. Woo, them bright lights.
Minerals. Not enough minerals.
Sorry, peeps.
Not enough minerals. Add-on complete.
Gangway, coming through.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Additional supply depots required.
Commander, a Protoss squadron is going after the colony ships. Those people don't stand a chance unless we stop it.
And that stupid
Your forces
beam is gonna
are
fire
under
on me.
attack.
Ready to blunder.
Additional.
Go, go, go!
Our allies
build
are
here.
being attacked.
SCV ready.
They're gonna destroy our ship. We're all going to die.
God, let's get into the... By the number. Huh? How about lending a hand? This better be transformation system. Want some? SCV ready.
God damn it, the beam! Dude, the beam just kills all the Vikings. How am I supposed to live with the beam?
Base is under attack. Our allies are being attacked.
God. Pre-built turrets? Yeah, that's not a bad option, actually.
My people established a new
The decrypted adjutant contains records proving Mengsk ordered the massacre
This one's the
on
not fun
Tarsonis.
one, is it?
Now we just need to broadcast those records. Mirahan gave us a tip that might help.
You have
The
to like
Dominion
float
is
all the
unveiling
time.
a new war machine called the Odin on Core Hall. If we hijack the Odin,
Yeah, the Marines could have tanked a little more. I didn't even have that many Marines. Yeah. Stun or EMP. Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, well. I guess we'll stun.
You should have told me what you were really...
Suck it, Nova.
Convince me.
That die near hero will drop mag mines. These mines are invulnerable and can only damage heroes. Cool. Very cool. Just won't be using a hero. Oh, those things. Oh, that's not that bad.
Abilities. I can take out all these guards. They'd never see me. I can use a psionic explosion to take out groups of Marines. A little trick I call Mind Blast. What I want to do. Maybe yes, maybe no. Let's just see about that. That turret across the bridge. It can see me and alert its allies if I get too close, even with my stealth. Let's do this. Take it straight. Maybe yes, maybe no. Let's do this.
Woo,
Let's
buddy.
just see about that.
Oh, well, I'm in trouble. Excuse me? What? What?
You
What was
asking
talking?
or telling? I do what I wanna do. Irie. Let's do this. Extinguish the flame. Lay down straight. I do what I wanna do.
Hang in there, Tosh. My boys are moving in to back you up.
Remember, just keep sending in troops, and I'll do the rest.
I didn't realize this was not a macro mission. You liked Nova's vibe more? She's pretty. She doesn't really do much.
Let's just see about it. Damn straight. Let's do this. Damn
so many units.
Straight. I do what I want to do. Yes.
So many mines. Yeah. Okay, that's just like so many units. I don't know if Rainer will ever beat that many units. What? That's way too many units! Maybe I just run?
Our allies are being attacked.
That's a choice.
Time. Open your mind.
I imagine, typically, I would get nukes in like the next, like once I clear this base, then they give me nukes, but I need nukes now.
Our allies are being attacked.
Yes. I do what I want to do. Let's do this.
They're pointing at so many more units. Are you ever supposed to actually beat this?
Damn straight. Irie.
Huh.
What I want to do. Yes.
Our allies are being attacked.
Let's do this.
The mags don't even really do anything. It does not make this mission that much harder. It's everything else that I've gotten from over the other missions that are making this impossible.
What I want to do.
It's just way too many units. That's it. And how would I ever? I can't get talents to help in this mission.
Our allies are being attacked.
I mean, letting his base get wrecked doesn't do anything for me, though. Because there's still a tank and enough guys to screw me over.
I do what I want to do. Let's just see about that.
Our allies are being attacked.
God.
Yes. Open your mind. Yes. Maybe no.
But they're staying still? They're supposed to. This isn't really supposed to be overrun.
Convince me. I do what I want to do. Damn straight. Let's just see. Let's do this.
Our allies are
have no idea how you defeat this. You would have to, like, not give any bonuses to the enemy units. Like extra attack wave or anything.
Let's just see about that.
People have defeated this mod though. So what did they do? I feel like there's some trick I'm missing.
Maybe yes, maybe no.
Maybe the next reinforcements I'll try to clear. So I get some Terran reinforcements. And then maybe I can take out the bunker. If I can take out the bunker, maybe I can take out the missile turret. Nah, the Mind Blast didn't seem to do anything to the bunker. The data was very little.
Let's just see Be back.
Our allies are being attacked.
Hey, send more units. Hey. I don't have Dave. How am I supposed to win?
Just see about that. I do what I want to do. Maybe yes, maybe no.
That's so absurd that the units, my units don't get any benefits. Their units get all the all the curses.
Extinguish them. Damn screen. Bad
You'd have to make it so you never choose like Charon Swarm hasn't even come into effect yet. But yeah, you have to never choose reinforcements, fiendish fortitude, health, armor, reinforcements, attack speed. There's only so many things you can choose. Because they have an SCV repair the bunker. I can't, if I leave, it gets repaired. Ah, you gotta see what Giant Grant Games did.
Our allies are being attacked.
got me into this. What's cracking? Let's do this. Let's just see. Maybe yes, maybe no. Damn straight. I do what I wanna do.
Our allies are being attacked.
I don't suppose you could just jump. You know, like get on top of the barrels and just, you know, you could just jump right over. Really feels like that should be possible.
Let's just see about that. Let's do this.
I tried sneaking by with the bonus. I don't know if like. So I could have I could have 2 shields. I have 6 energy. Maybe these units don't reset if I killed them?
You asking or telling?
Yeah, the Marauder
Let's
slows.
just see about that.
Kills them.
Let's do this. Maybe yes, maybe no. I do what I want.
Our allies are being attacked.
Alright, so let's see if that... I killed a Marine, Marauder, and a Hellion. Let's see if they respawn.
Maybe yes, maybe no.
Because if they do, I don't know. I don't even know what to do.
Let's do this.
Okay, they don't respawn. Okay, okay. Alright. We got somewhere.
Use consumption to get more. I just steal a little life from an ally.
Well, that's, you're never gonna get an ally over here, so...
The more energy. It don't hurt much. Let's just see about that. Let's do this. Maybe yes, maybe no. I do.
Our allies are being attacked.
Yes, maybe no. Bleed out slow. Bad mojo on the way. Let's do
Our allies
I don't think they'll ever make it through. Maybe. I gotta figure at some point I need their help.
Tosh, you're nearing the first military cell block now. Releasing the prisoners might buy us some allies.
Oops. Horizon, thank you for the 100 bits.
damn straight. I do what I want to do. Let's do this. Maybe yes, maybe no.
A celebration to get smallest amount passed. I wondered if helping him during the battle would help. It does not.
Damn straight. Let's just
God, as the reinforcements came in.
open your mind.
Well, they'll never win against the reinforcements directly, I guess.
Let's just see about that. Let's do this.
So killing the rest of this is not really gonna help.
Let's just see about that. Maybe yes, maybe no.
Alright, I'll give up on the idea of having reinforcements.
Our allies are being attacked.
Damn straight. Let's do this.
This doesn't seem too bad.
I do what I want to do. Let's just see about that. Damn straight.
Stop.
Yes.
Our allies are being attacked.
How many good men? A lot. If only they'd wait a little longer and send a little more. I gotta wait now for the energy. What a mission. What a mission.
Our allies are being attacked.
Maybe no. Damn street. Let's do this. Let's just see.
No, stop running back.
Extinguish. I do what I want to do. Maybe yes. Open your mind. I do.
Yeah, typical hero mission.
Our allies are being attacked.
Worst ally ever.
Let's do this. Let's just see. Damn street. Let's do this.
Rainer sucks.
Let's just see about that. Damn street. Maybe yes. I do what I want to
Our
do.
allies are being attacked.
Extinguish. Maybe yes. Maybe no.
Oh yeah. Just a couple more Toshes and we're gonna kill this tank.
Let's do this. Damn street. What's cracking?
Our allies are being attacked.
Who would ever play this? Why are we trying so hard? Hello. Oh yeah, this would actually be impossible if you just failed every single time Tosh died.
Damn street. Let's just see about that. I do what I want to do.
I wonder if it would have been easier with Nova.
Let's do this.
With Snipe?
Yes. Maybe
Nah, it'd have weaknesses, yeah. I get rid of Bio fast with him, I get rid of the tank faster with Nova, yeah.
damn street.
Oh yeah, of course, this is... No mission's terrible in the regular version.
Let's do this.
Kill the missile turret as well.
Our allies are being attacked.
These prisoners are gonna get slaughtered.
Nice work, Tosh. Freeing those prisoners will really help us out.
Let's just see about
I mean... Oh, they go into Diamondbacks. That's a little better. One at a time. Very good plan, prisoners. Very good.
yes.
Our allies are being attacked.
Is that... That's it? That's literally it? They just literally send one Diamondback at a time?
You got me into this. Get me out. Convince me. Maybe yes. Maybe no.
Yeah. Also imagine putting the Diamondbacks right next to the prisoners, just in case they got out of the way.
Let's do this.
Our allies are being attacked.
I want to do. Yes. Maybe no.
Why did only one come out?
What's on your anthem?
Was I supposed to go up to them again?
Or telling.
I don't know if it matters.
Damn street.
Don't know if it
Let's
matters.
do this. Let's just see about that.
It's not like I've
Our
upgraded the
allies
Diamondback
are
at any
being
point.
attacked.
I do what I want to do. Maybe yes. Let's do this. Damn street.
No high ground. No scan. Get wrecked. There's still a missile turret.
Our
But...
allies are being attacked.
The mat. Did that give it high ground vision? Did a fucking mine do that? Oh, that's some bullshit.
Just see about that. Gonna do it real quiet.
Our allies are being attacked.
God, what do I get for the full energy on Tosh when he respawns?
Maybe yes, maybe no. I'm out. You asking or dead?
I was gonna see if maybe touching them activated them.
What's on your mind?
Convince me. Damn straight. Let's just see about that. Let's do this. Yes.
Just eat my ally? The allies that can follow me all the way back here, you mean? That are definitely...
What I wanna do.
Definitely doing that?
Damn straight.
I mean, I guess maybe... Can I eat the diamond back?
Know it before you see it.
Our allies are being
Oh, they
attacked.
repaired the tank. Are there only so many SCVs?
Let's just see about that. Let's do this.
Not enough.
Damn straight. I do.
Is the ethical choice.
Our allies are being
I don't
attacked.
think they're worried about it.
Maybe yes. Maybe damn straight.
No, they just don't do anything. They're like defuncts in this type of.
I'm out. Talk is cheap.
I hate that there's a glimmer of hope, you know? Like before I was like, well, this might just be impossible. But now it's like, well, actually, if I try really hard. Bali, thank you for the 104 months.
Maybe yes.
I'm gonna have to stop soon, but... Oh, wow. That was like the first time that they actually got up to the bunker. Son of a bitch. Oh, that wasn't gonna last.
Our allies are being attacked.
I gotta wait for them.
Damn straight. I do what I want to do.
Go on. Go on!
Let's just see. I do what I want to do.
Our allies are being attacked.
Yes. Maybe no.
Alright, next conundrum, y'all. And the tank, I guess I'm trying to... Well, I killed the one SCV that was moving. Maybe now the tank won't be repaired?
I do what I want to do.
No, there's another SCV. Will there always be one SCV, or... Oops, wrong button.
Damn straight.
No, now it's on a different patrol path. Little bastard.
Bleed 'em slow.
Our allies are being attacked.
Oh, that's interesting.
I
Kind of bait him.
what I want to do. Let's just see about that. Maybe yes, maybe no. Straight.
There's a man inside the tank too, but it's not biological.
Damn street.
I don't know.
Maybe no. Let's
Well,
do this.
there's a point there.
I do what I wanna do. Damn street. Let's do this.
Our allies are being attacked.
Let's just see about that. Damn street. Maybe yes.
Oh, that's so much army that's about to come. There would never be a way for... Oh, now they're all bummed out as well.
Open your mind.
Okay. I'm gonna try this mission again, actually, next time I play this. That sounds like something a crazy person would do. Continue trying to win that mission. And yet... tough. Very tough. Well, that's it for my stream today, guys. Wednesday, I'll probably do some Zero Space first, and then some of the StarCraft 2 roguelike campaign, because StarCraft 2 doesn't work after 3 hours anyway, so... I'll do Zero Space first, then StarCraft for 3 hours. Sounds good? Sounds good. Alright, thanks for watching the whole stream, guys. I will see some of y'alls on Wednesday. Bye!